Hello, my lovies. Yes, today. Yes, today. Not yesterday. But we are going to talk about the scamming of Brother Polight. Not yesterday. Enough is enough. This video is more about you. It's more about you. Just as much as it's about his scamming, this video is about you. Because, as I tell you guys, time and time again, if you hear something about somebody, regardless if it's true or not, don't put your chances with that person. Don't try to beat the odds with that person. If somebody's been known for scamming, why would you give them your money? That's what I'm saying. That's it. I feel sorry for a lot of you guys that got scammed. But you got to remember, for how many years, how many countless years, you have heard something about Brother Polight. Hey, sexy, too much for you. I've been missing you too. I'm glad you're feeling better. I'm recovering myself. Yeah, but as I say, people, they got horror stories to tell about this man. But I could see if you never heard of people saying, hey, I've been scammed. It's plenty of videos. Like before, you had to go to the library, you had to do a lot of research. The researcher person now is right in your pocket. Like people run over to Nature Boy and they go, oh, I don't know how this happened. They go to this person and they go, yeah, I had surgery too, sis. I'm recovering. Everybody's going, I don't know how this happened. But the research is in your pocket. Don't Google the person. I mean, you can Google, but try YouTube. See if there's any videos that contradicts what they say. Soon as you hear the word scamming, I'm like, listen, I don't know if it's true or false, but I see a lot of things containing scamming. I think I better keep my money. All these are life lessons. These are all life lessons that we need to learn. These people, yeah, thank you so much. Prayers for you too. These people right here, and for all of these scammers that's on that we see on the internet, and we just give our money to them. So it's not about, it's, I think it's something in, what is it about them that you know all their negativity, you know all their scams, you know they're narcissistic, you know they are lying. Hello, Ronald Finkley. Y'all know that they are lying, but you still support them. And then you want to come out with this person is A, B, C, D, E, right? You've seen all the videos of Polight, Young Pharaoh, Nature Nut. That's like, but it's so many more of them, so many more of them that's in this that conscious community, or whatever you want to call it. But we want to go outside of what people said this is the real deal. and we want to try our luck. Then we want to come back saying, "Oh, craps." Well, let's check out this young man's story. Let's go.
Let me see if you can see that right there. You see that? Move in 3,000 and the date too. It's the date. Okay. Now I got several of these. Let's see. I mean, I got like 12. These are just directly. It's another one for 3,000.
Hey, King Harlem.
$200. Let me see. There, Brother Polight. You know, so that's outside, and I'm gonna just show you. Look how many of those, Brother Polight, Brother Polight, all those, Brother Polight. You know, so it's for real. It's for real, for real. And then everything I couldn't send through this, you saw the Western Union's receipts, Walmart to Walmart, MoneyGrams. Then I got the Cash App receipts. Let me pull them up real quick. Let me pull them up. Give me a second. I got Cash Apps, and then I got the Apple Pays. All right, here we go. Okay, Jessica Casey. Those are all right.
Mind you,
all right.
The Brother Polight has pillaged over $150,000 from this brother. And this is the brother that they call Crypto Roots. Rest in peace to Crypto Roots. I believe he passed away from an asthma attack and never received any of his money back from Polight. But let's get into the video.
Gail. I don't know who Gail is. He sent me money to Gail. Nina, Jessica Casey. You see all those? You see that? You see Nina's picture? It's for real, for real. See Jessica Casey with Brother Polight on there? It's for real. You know what I'm saying? And then Tazani, his daughter, straight to her too. I don't know who, you know what I'm saying? This is everybody he was telling me to send Cash Apps to. Okay? So whenever I was sending money to Polight, he was like, yo, send me a pic, send me proof, like send me a pic that you just sent it. So I'm always literally taking pics. Oh, by the way, all receipts. Just these alone, this one right here, I mean, literally, just Western Union, show them the Western Union. I'm not even in the names, Western Union. All just endless amounts of receipts. I didn't even want to pull them out because it's windy up here. So I got bags and bags of everything I spent with Polight. And you know what I'm saying? I don't got time to show the names. I don't got time to show the amounts or the dates. It's all right here. Like it's all right here. Western Union, you know what I'm saying? All there. Facts. And Polight's got all the texts because I sent this money down.
Aloha YouTube, it's your boy Crypto Roots. And I really feel like I need to express myself because I'm having some very unhealthy thoughts in my head. And I want to tell you the absolute truth about my experience with Brother Polight.
You're going to get into the reason why he sent all this and how Polight just manipulated this brother out of it. You know, he's not the only one. Obviously, we've seen the dozens of videos of Polight scamming, obviously using his manipulation ability to talk.
As his mentee. Like, I'm not lying. There's no reason to lie. I'm not trying to get anything that I don't deserve back. I just want the money I invested back. So I'm starting from the beginning. This may seem like a long story. It's a lot going on. And so I was in Hawaii doing my thing, studying crypto, studying programming. And like I said in my other videos, I knew I had to make
now I'm gonna get
sacrifices. So I slept on the beach in a hammock and was just grinding until my programming skills were good enough. You know what I'm saying? And it.
So he was dealing with crypto, investing in the crypto, doing all kinds of things, right? Making, investments long term. So he was thugging it out till then. Fast forward, him and Polight was supposed to be working on some type of investment on crypto, doing classes, bringing people in so they can get some money on of it. He was going to get a tutoring program from Polight, like he's seen him with these celebrities. He was going to get all that, but he didn't know how he was going to get the money. In the midst of all this being planned, dude, daddy died that you see on the screen. He received $150,000 from his father.
Just so happened that my father died. We weren't that close, but I was on my own for a long time since I was 16, 17. I've been on my own, you know. I haven't lived with him, and we weren't that close. But he ended up having a heart attack. He ended up dying, and then I found out that I was going to get some life insurance money, and it just so happened I needed it because I only had like 45 cents in my bank account. I just was grinding, just saving my crypto. I didn't want to sell my crypto. I knew that one day it would go up. And I was just freelancing, hustling, farming, trying to get any paper I could to survive while So I ended up getting that money. And I thought I had two major decisions I could have made. And the first one was just to buy Bitcoin and then travel Asia, South Korea, Asia. And other was to I've been following Brother Polight. Like, he woke me up into consciousness. Like, he was the main reason, that and Bitcoin. And I told him this, you woke me up into consciousness. And I started following his teachings. I started doing the tax liens. I bought a few of his books. A few orders didn't come through. I didn't trip on it. I just charged that to the game. And I love this brother. I really, really, really love this brother from the bottom of my heart. I didn't even know him.
Red Flag, one of the first couple of books didn't come through.
Hello.
Of him, or was virtually, from what I saw virtually. And I knew that he had a lot of hate, a lot of people hating him. And I didn't necessarily understand why. And everyone's calling him a scammer, people call him a fraud, people this. And against my own better judgment, I chose not to believe that. I chose to believe that he had a powerful message.
See, this is what I just said to you guys in the beginning. See, you hear the words, I chose not to believe. I chose not to believe. This is by choice. I feel sorry he got you. Hey, low key. I feel sorry he got you out of all your money. But I chose to say, you know what? I'm going to forget what everybody else says. Because his knowledge, remember, all his knowledge is also in your pocket. It's in your pocket. Let's go.
And that, I'm saying, that it could really help our people, our Black people out. So I hit him up one time for the mentorship because I was so inspired after watching one of his live streams.
Mm-hmm.
But when he hit me back, I didn't have the money. And I felt so bad, so terrible. I felt like I missed out on an opportunity to change my finances and change my life and be Brother Polight's mentee. So I said, man, if I ever have the money, it was $3,500 for the minimal mentee. If I ever had that money, I would invest it with Brother Polight, and I would change my life, financially, and So I had the money. It was over $100,000, and I hit up Polight like the moment I got out of the bank. I hit up Brother Polight and I said, hey, I got the bread. I'm ready to start the mentorship. And he was like, oh, he realized that I was in Hawaii. So it wasn't just like send a Chase or send a Wells Fargo. there's two different bank accounts. So I had to send, it wasn't sending him money. It was sending other people money, women, men, people I didn't know about, people I thought or assumed were his financial advisors or people in his financial realm. So we were texting, we were talking, Western Union, MoneyGram. It was literally for like weeks. I'm sending him bread. And so before, yeah, I sent him bread for the mentorship, that alone. And then once that bread was sent, it was $3,500. He started talking to me, give me the mentorship, and gave me the whole spiel. And I was like, wow, man, I can't believe it. Like, I can't believe, like, I'm talking to Brother Polight. Like, I can't believe, like, I'm in this mentorship. And so the first investment, he was like, so he has a deal with tax liens, and if he buys a bunch of tax liens at once, then he gets a discount from the county, and it'll cost me about $30,000 to invest in the tax liens. And he said I would triple my money or something like that. Maybe it wasn't 30,000, maybe it was 25,000. I would triple my money in a half. That's what he told me, 3.2 times my return.
Mm-hmm.
And he said every 14 days, every 14 days. That's what he told me. 3.2 times your return every 14 days from your $30,000 investment. And whoa, this is crazy. Like I could come up like that just every 2 weeks. And then, so I started sending him that bread. Like, wow, man, I can't believe this is really happening. And yeah, so he told me I would get back $42.3 thousand from the money I sent him. And I was like, dope. And I think I paid for the trust too. I'm not even sure how much that cost. Oh, so what I slipped up and I fucked up. And I told him how much money I received. That was my fault. And I know in retrospect, he took full advantage of that. He took full advantage. And as I'm sending him money, I'm thinking like, hey man, like what else is on the next level of the mentorship? Oh, it's about 5,000 this and 5,000 that, and you get this and this, you get another streams of income. It's like 3, 6, and 9 different streams of income. So I'm thinking like, hey, it's just a little extra investment. Why not just get the other mentorship? Why not just step it up a level? He was like, all right, cool, send me the bread. So I sent him the money. And then I'm like, we're sending him more money. I'm not even sure. Like, and then I'm thinking like, why don't I was like, what's the next level? He's like, the celebrity mentorship. And I'm like, that's when I told him how much money I got. He's like, oh, I'm gonna just give you the mentorship I give Floyd and all the celebrities. I'll just give you that one. I'm thinking, damn, like for real, it's like that. Like I'm just gonna get the celebrity mentorship from Brother Polight. Like, all right, like for sure. And then later he was like, oh, you want to come out to LA to buy a condo? It's gonna cost $17,000. Was what, just 17 grand? For sure, like no problem. It's like, oh, my wife, Raesh, she's a property manager. She'll manage it for you. You're gonna be an entrepreneur. You're gonna that'll be another stream of income. And I'm thinking, and he's like, so when can you make it out to LA? And I'm like, damn, I don't know, like next week or something. Like, and you know what I'm saying? I was just living out of, so I ended up having enough money to live out of my van. I'm telling Polight, yo, I'm living out of my van right now. I just got this bread. I didn't spend hardly anything. You know what I'm saying? Hardly anything. I'm so in frugal state of mind and just, you know what I'm saying, wanting to invest, you know, and change.
So you already see that Polight playing on his weaknesses. You know what I mean? Like I said, the dude said he was woke up out of consciousness, you know what I mean, and came into consciousness because of Polight. He kind of look at him as a master teacher type shit. And you get to chill with him and be with him. So just listen to it. Y'all ain't heard shit yet.
Change my future. And
see, this is another reason why people keep getting scammed. How does somebody bring you into consciousness? That's like somebody bringing you into spirituality. There's a lot of things people can't not make you do. But when it comes down to getting hustled, they can make you do that. Now, can you imagine all the people over there with Nature Nut? Whatever their mother or father asked them to do, they had nothing but attitude. Now they're with this ninja. Yes, sir. No, sir. Just babaji. Just papa. And all this other stuff. It's crazy. So you need to pay somebody because that's how you get your spirituality. It's like it was no other way. Ain't no way. Now remember, I'm only saying this because he said he chose not to listen to nobody. I still feel bad for him, but he also let it be known this was his choice. Don't forget, Ronald, if you're not subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the channel. All people in a lot of different communities do the same thing. When I was in a chat, the panel seemed to think I needed guidance. Yeah, okay. Okay, people got to learn how to go, goodbye. People, I guess that depends on like what your mindset is. When you just like the human experience, a lot of times you're not looking for nothing. You're not on like a trail. Oh, wow. So where have you been, Ronald? Where you been? What I'm saying, people usually like to like sit back and like the free spirit people, the people who beat off their own drum, they don't go around looking for somebody to tell them, well, hey, you want to open your mind up? No, you can do all that on your own. But it's hard for people to realize that it's in them. Everything you're looking for is in you. Everything. Go outside and sit in the park and you could just sit by yourself, or go at nighttime, pour yourself a nice glass of wine, or, read some books, the same thing that they do. So the knowledge they get from the books or whatever they read, that you have to sell. Now they're selling what they read to you, when you can say, let me start reading some books. Everybody got to start taking accountability for their own life. It's too much that we have been through as people. And I'm not talking about back from slavery. I'm just talking about in our lives, period. From being born. Just from being born. It's a lot of things that happen in our lives. At some point in time, you got to say, oh, you got to put that stop sign there. Put that stop sign there. Like I said, I feel very, bad for homeboy, but he said he chose not to listen. That was his choice. But we're going to listen to his story because maybe somebody will listen to him. Just because he didn't listen, maybe somebody will listen to him. Let's go.
So, yeah, I bought the ticket, and I bought a few music instruments just to hold me down because I need my music spiritually.
Hey, light bearer.
And then I bought a ticket to LA. And then Polight was like, yo, I can't wait to meet you. I can't wait to meet you, and I'm like, yo. So I go out to LA. I go to, I forgot, the Galleria or whatever. I forgot what they call it, over there in Beverly Hills. And then, so I meet him in person, like, yo, man, like, you changed my life. Like seriously, brother, I'm so excited to meet you in person. And I wasn't sure what to do. Oh, he also told me, bring as much money in cash on the plane with you. And I was like,
And nigga Polight said, bring as much
Yeah.
money cash as you can on the plane, so you can hurry up and give me this money for this investment.
Like, how much can I bring? He's like, up to $10,000. And
Hey,
so I
baby.
brought $9,000 in cash. And so yeah, the moment I met him, um, I gave him the $9,000 in cash.
Shit.
And I didn't know what was going to happen.
Uh-huh.
And he was just like, all right, I got things to do. I need to hang out with my wife. I'll see you later. I'm thinking, all right, let me just get like an Airbnb. You know what I'm saying? I never Airbnb before. And so yeah, and I'm just kicking into my Airbnb thinking like,
Mind you, dude been living in his car, just thugging it out, investing in the crypto, thugging it out. Now he already done gave Polight all this money, $5,000 twice before he even left Hawaii. Then he paid for the flight out. Then he gave him another $9 or $10,000 when he got off the plane.
all right, what's the next
He
step?
owes the money, y'all.
And I'm thinking, he was like, yo, you can rent one of my cars. I own a part of a luxury car company.
Oh shit.
And
Polight said he owned part of a luxury car
Oh shit.
company. He lying his ass
Oh
off.
my God.
how much? And he's like, this is how much it's gonna cost, $1,200. Like,
Ain't that
and I'm
some
thinking,
shit?
damn. So I gave him like $3,000
What?
to rent the car or the rental cars, luxury car.
$3,000.
And that's when the first sketchy thing happened that I really that first came up. And so him and Amanette and Ma'at pulled up. I said, hey, you guys changed my life. You guys changed my life.
Hold up, young man. Hold up, young man. Maybe I gotta go backwards. Maybe I didn't hear this correctly. He said bring much as cash that you can. So you gave him the $9,000. So was the next $3,000 you gave him, was that in cash or card? You got me confused, young man. This is your story, but you got me confused. Was it cash or was it by card? Because you just said that you gave him the whole 9,000 in cash. He has transitioned. He is free as, oh my gosh. So how was the rental paid for? Rocky, we be on the same we be on the same page. We do the same thing. We be on the same thought pattern. I had no idea this man is no longer here. I was trying to figure out why why did Ronald put rest in peace. This is terrible. This is ooh, this is just terrible. And if anybody know how he passed or when he passed, about a month ago, anybody know what happened? That's fucked up. Wow. Check the life insurance payoff parties. Ooh. He looked in good health, or did he go from a broken heart? I just heard it in the video. In this video, you heard that he passed away? Oh, well, then we got to do that then. We got to share. Oh, earlier. Oh, because it's a part 2 to this. So let us finish getting to the story. Oh, I knew it had to be stress. I knew stress was one thing. And see, men, this is another reason why you should listen to your woman. That's what I was saying. This is another reason why you got to listen to your woman. Forget all that man is the top, man make decisions. If you got a woman in your life, a good woman, she ain't letting you letting you spend all that money. She ain't gonna let you do it. But let's finish this. Y'all done messed me up. Y'all done messed me up for the day. Goodness gracious. I thought the man was, ooh, y'all done messed me up.
Let's go upstairs. So, and he's like, I'll be back later. I'll drop off the car later. And I was like, hey, yo, I just want to go see my old homies. I'm from LA. I want to go see my old.
Mind you, this nigga just paid $3,000 for a rental, and Polight said, I'll drop that bitch off later to you. Nigga, he already paid for it. He said he was on his way to go get it. Now listen.
Old homies. And he was like, all right, I'll drop off the car later. No word from him that night. And I hit him up late, like, yo, you still dropping this? Like, yo, yeah, if you still need me to drop it off, I'll drop it off. And I'm like,
that nigga said, if you still need me to drop it off, I'll drop it off. Nigga, he paid for the rental.
Like, all right, he's like, yo, I'm busy. And I'm like, okay. And then I think the next day comes by and nothing yet. And I'm like, he's like, no, I just wanted the car to be ready. It was raining. Somebody else went and washed the car. The car washed and that. And so straight up, no fucking car. And
he didn't get no car the next day when he talked to Polight.
I really think the next step after that. Yeah. So that's what happened. And I don't know, for some reason I let it go, because the next thing was like, yo, I'm about to go to Vegas this weekend. You want to come with me? I'm about to go in the music studio in Vegas. I want to see if you want to come with me. You want to come. And I'm thinking like, yo, like, what does that mean? Like, do I got to drive behind you? Like, are you going to be with your wives? Because he's always like, I don't have any men around me. So I was trying to be like respectful. Like, you're like, what are you implying? He's like, what do you mean? Like, and I'm like, yo, I'm not sure. And so that's the first time he flipped out. It's like, did I ever tell you something? Like, did I ever tell you that? And I'm like, nah, bro, I'm just trying to be. He's like, I don't know. He just kind of flipped a little. And I'm like, whoa. All right. Like,
Polight done took the boy money and cussed him out.
Ain't that some shit?
Ain't that some shit?
I said it first. Ain't that some shit?
Of course I want to go. Like, of course. Like, I'm totally down to go. And I'm like, yo, I'll even drive. I offered to drive. He's like, no, you don't got to drive. I want to give you the mentorship. I want to go over the mentorship with you on the way there. So,
he dude even offered a job. Like said, nah, I'm going to give you the real mentor. I'm going to drive. You just sit back and watch how I do things.
Just knock out a few things. And I'm thinking, dope, man. Dope. So, yeah, we go. And then I didn't know it was Nina at the time, but we go and pick her up. And then we go and pick up the cameraman, who was a hella cool dude. And so we start driving. And then literally, like, he was like, hey, G, you want to drive?
After driving for about 30 minutes, the nigga Polight looked back and said, hey, yo, G. Hey, G, you want to drive? Hey, G, you want to drive? That's fucked
And I'm like,
no,
right.
Bitch, give me the car.
So, yeah, I pretty much drove the whole way there to Vegas. And no mentorship for me. He was writing lyrics, going over with Nina. He was doing other mentorships, and I'm just having to drive. And then he's tripping out about how soon he needs to be in the studio because it's going to cost him more money. And so I'm literally speeding to Vegas. And we get pulled over, I get the ticket. And he's like, don't worry, put that.
He got pulled over because Polight told him to speed. And listen to what Polight told him.
In your trust, write it off. I get the ticket. And he's like, don't worry, put that in your trust, write it off. It's all good.
Cuz I ain't got no trust. Pay Polight to do a trust, but Polight never did it for him. Scammed him.
So I get to, and then we drive to the studio.
$150,000. $150.
And yeah, we get to the studio. And then we're just chilling. And then check this out. So I stopped drinking
I was going clean because I'm thinking, well, brother Polight, he doesn't even smoke weed, he doesn't drink alcohol, like you know what I'm saying, like
He say he doesn't smoke weed, he doesn't do alcohol, he doesn't do any of this nigga shit, eating healthy. This my master teacher. That's what he thinking in his mind. He actually with his master teacher. Now listen.
damn, I didn't even want to mention marijuana, like, you know what I'm saying? And then he's like, yo, you drink, G? And I'm like,
The nigga Polight say, yo, you drink, G?
nah, I don't drink. He's like, oh, all right, well, can you run in the store and can you go grab some Hennessy for us? And I'm like, on the way, and I was like, sorry, bro, but if I don't drink, that's my rule. I don't pay for other people's alcohol. And he just didn't say nothing.
He said, nigga, I don't drink. I ain't paying for other people's alcohol.
You got that right. Shit.
You know what I'm saying?
But
Told
you
you
might
straight
as well.
up. Had a little backbone. Now watch what Polight do to this man.
Ooh,
Watch how he
Lord.
manipulate him with just a couple words.
And so him and Nina, they go and they grab.
Oh, before we get this started, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of me today. I got some time on my hands. I would just like to thank all the people who came over here from my Tony T channel, and I'd like to thank everybody that's here from my main channel, my Sugar Love channel. I thank all you guys for coming here and showing this page love too, because I have to bring this page back to life. Don't forget they put a strike on the page. I couldn't go on for 4 months. So now I got to bring my main page back to life. So thank you all who came over here and want to support me and bring this page back to life. So I had to mix. Like I said, this page will not be no Nature Nut. Nature Nut will only be on the other page. This page will be like things like this, inspiration, thank you, Ronald. No problem. Yeah, thumbs up, family. Thumbs up. Oh, and we do interviews. So if anybody have anything they would like to talk about, I do interviews. If it's your story is to help people. If you got an inspirational story, this is the channel for it.
The Hennessy, and he grabs like potato chips, a bunch of fucking garbage from the liquor store. Like
Him and his wife just start getting all kind of hood snacks. Motherfucking Uncle Ray's barbecue, pork rinds, all kind of shit.
seriously, my health master teacher just eating a bunch of fucking garbage, grabbing a Hennessy bottle, and I'm thinking, damn, all right,
I'm
whatever,
gonna drink
you know?
some of this.
You know what I'm saying? And then I apologized. I said, hey, yo, like I apologize if that made you feel uncomfortable about me. Just like, yo, you apologize too much. If we don't invite you around again, now you know why. He said this shit to me. I'm like, damn, man. Like, I'm already fucking up with this dude. Like, I'm just gonna shut the fuck up and just don't say nothing. Like, you know, I'm just shut up and don't say nothing. So we hit the music studio that night. I stayed up. I was attentive. Nina, the artist, his wife or whatever, fell asleep. I was because it was my dream to be with Brother Polight, and it was also my dream to be in a professional recording studio making a professional record. So Polight's like, hey, let's break out the shots. And then he's like, yo, it's spiritual. And, you know, I'm like, yeah, it's kind of like Bobby Hammond. I get it. He's like, all right, cool, G. So I take some shots. I didn't want to, literally, I felt some kind of peer pressure. I just didn't want to miss out on the vibe or ruin the vibe. So we did the Vegas thing. I obviously drove back, and what ended up happening was him and Nina got in a big fight, and Nina started disrespecting us, and so he flipped out.
Whoa.
On Nina really hard, like extremely hard, very hard, and I didn't say nothing. I didn't even look. I didn't say nothing. And I guess at that moment he felt like he could trust me because I act like nothing happened. the whole time. I
Thank
didn't
you,
tell him to calm
Rocky.
down. I just didn't shut up. I ignored the whole situation. So it was afterwards I drove him back, and I bought them food.
And he bought them food. God
Bought Nina
damn.
food. And he's just like, no, this was the angriest I've ever been in years, and da 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 da. And I felt like at that moment he opened up more to me.
Mm-hmm.
He really, and
finessing the shit out this boy.
So, is it still going? All right, man. I don't even know. Like, the story goes so deep.
Oh God.
So it ended up happening where we get back, and we ended up going to dinner. It was one of the other live streams, and
nigga ended up taking him out. Mind you paying for everything that's going on.
Exactly.
He's paying for.
You paying
he done
for
paid
it.
for everything
Damn.
that Polight got going on, his wife got going on. Now pay attention.
At the end of the meal, I had to pay for everything.
Ain't that some shit?
It was like a $400 bill.
What?
You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, whoa. He was like, oh, that's an investment, G. That's put into your trust. Put into your trust. I'm gonna try to keep this as chronologically as in order that I can, but there's so many different times and situations. And every time I was driving,
and mind y'all, this guy has passed away. He never received any of that money.
Oh, he did pass away.
Rest in peace to the brother Crypto.
Rest in peace.
He passed away in Mexico of an asthma attack.
Asthma
I'm from
attack.
the jungle. I'm from Hawaii. Yeah, I'm originally from LA, but I spent the last 10, 12 years. So there was so much pressure to.
This guy had an asthma attack. Maybe because he couldn't breathe from Polight taking all his goddamn money. It was hard for him to breathe, and the man got a damn asthma attack. Who eat that in one meal? Mm-hmm. I know, right? This is. It's like the more I hear the story, it's like, oh my God. Like I heard these stories before, but I wasn't a content creator then. But I'd have been on his ass like rice on gravy. Let's go.
To drive in LA and get to Polight to things on time, and just like, and then I was getting pressure from Raed, like, why are you going so slow? And, and I'm worried about driving his pregnant wife around Amanette, like. And so it was a lot of anxiety and stress on that. And then I'm paying for Airbnbs, and I'm just literally waiting on for Polight to call me. I still don't have no car, by the way. Oh yeah, when we get back to Vegas.
Yeah, remember he never received no rental car. $3,000 he paid for. You feel me? And they invested $8,000 into the tutoring. You feel me? He invested some more money into a condo. He invested all his money into a trust that supposed to have been done and never got done.
He's like, all right, G, you know what? You can keep the car right now. You can keep the car. You can do your thing. And
everything he's talking about is about
right. So I ended up having the car for a little bit, but it was his car. I never got the car that I paid for. You know what I'm saying? So I was driving around a little bit. I had a little fun, but at the same time, I'm spending left and right Airbnbs and fast food, thinking like, all right, so when are we going to get this condo? Literally, like, weeks and weeks went by, and he's like, yo, pay for the furniture. Oh, also I had to pay for the furniture. It was like $3 or $4 grand before I went.
Remember, he's investing into a condo they're gonna rent out as an Airbnb. Yeah, he gave $17K for the condo, plus $8 grand for the tutoring, plus another 10 grand before he left, plus paying for the food. Now wait till you hear when he get to this condo. I'm not about to hit the stop button anymore. I'm about to just let it ride out, you guys. I might commentate here and there, but I'm not. So hit the like button, share this around. Let's try to hit 250 in the chat, y'all. Hey, support the channel, man. Support the channel. I know some people said they was donating to the old Cash App. I don't got that old Cash App. The money sign Al Power, I don't got that one. The new one is around. So if you need help with that, ask the moderators. Appreciate that.
Went out there. So I paid him that. And he was like, oh, there's real estate fees. I have people looking all over. So I paid him that. And then there ended up being storage fees for the furniture. So I had to pay him that. And I'm thinking, all right, like I'm about to get all this back. And there's just so many times where I had to rush him and his wives or him and Nina to the airport, had to go pay for the baggage. Yo, pay for this. Yo, pay for that. All this, I had to pay for him left and right. And I'm thinking, damn. Like, and there was times, like the first time, I kept asking him for books. Yo, Polight, can I get a book? When can I set up a trust? When we can get the condo? And at that point, I felt it was kind of cheaper just to sleep in the car. You know what I'm saying? So and then I hit a point where I'm like, yo, honestly, like, I can't do. And he just flipped out. And he was just like, you know what? I'm giving you your refund back. I got a private interest hold-ins account. I'm just going to refund you your money. How disrespectful. I did all this work for you. And I'm thinking, like, about to cry. Like, fuck, did I just ruin this opportunity?
He said he about to cry,
my
y'all.
life? Like,
because Polight cussed him out.
Man. And he's just like, yo, we need to meet up. You know, so he goes, we meet up, and we start building. We start talking. And I don't know. This is what he does. He's a magician with words. But he ended up calming me down. And I said, all right, cool, no worry. He's like, yo, oh yeah, and you just need a little bit more investment, right? So I gave him like a couple $1,000, $2,000.
Damn.
And also, man, there's just so many times. And so I'm trying to think about all the times I gave him money. And so, no, the tax liens, I kept bugging, nothing. I haven't heard nothing. He said that was pending. The trust, never heard. I was begging him for books, hardly ever got them. You know what I'm saying? And then that's going to be part one, right? That's going to be part one.
Brother Polight's mentee. And this is nothing but the truth. I'm at the point where I'm already facing, I probably won't get my money back. And I'm doing whatever I can on the back end to see what I can do to get back. But he's ignoring my calls. He's not talking to me. But now I just want to, and I've been sick within the 3 times within the last like month and a half. I haven't been getting sleep. The anxiety it's been rough. So I need to get this off my chest so I can move forward and do positive things for myself and our community. So, hotel investments. I forgot to mention that. So I told you about the tax liens. Now, before I went out to LA, Polight was saying,
Sorry about the audio being so low. This is not my fault. But he's getting to the part where he invested into Brother Polight's hotel investment. This is the hotel investment. Now listen to how this came about.
hey, yo, I flip hotel rooms. You want to get in on that investment? And I'm saying, obviously, sure. So he's like, all right, well, I buy rooms in Vegas or in LA, and then I flip them to wealthy clients. You could pay for the room, and then you'll get a return on your investment. And so I said, yeah. So for like 2 weeks, almost every day or every other day.
Hey, Miss Rod.
Said, stay on the phone. I'm gonna get the hotel people.
Hey, love.
Hotel people. Soon as.
Thank you guys for helping me bring back
give
this
them my
channel
debit
back
card
to life.
information.
I thank
And I
you.
do, because I'm his mentee now. You know what I'm saying? I already came this far. So I'm not even sure how much I invested.
That is so
anywhere from
Rocky. That's what I just was
$8,000
saying,
to
Rocky.
$9,000 in hotel
Oh.
rooms. Maybe
Yeah, I'm
not
gonna
sure.
play
I
that
was
one
supposed to get-
next. Ooh,
Later, he told me I was going to get about
Ooh.
16,000 back or something like that. So I was really impressed. So now I'm paying for rooms, expensive hotels in Vegas and the Luxor and on Dawes in LA, and it have to be a certain square footage. And he's got wealthy clients, and he told me, I'm gonna send you an itemized list of all that you purchase, all the hotel rooms. I'm gonna send you a list. My accountant or somebody's gonna send you a list. Send me a list. I'm thinking, dope, like something like official now, something I could get official. And I waited, and then I never got anything. And then I hit him up because he was calling for more hotel rooms nonstop. And I said, yo, I never got the list. He's like, you never got it? I'm gonna send it. Well, I'm gonna send it again. I'm gonna have my somebody, a CPA or somebody, send it again. And I said, okay. And that was kind of that. Like, and then it just so happened, like, so many. What he does is so many. He just presents more and more opportunities, and then you get distracted by trying to keep up with all the opportunities. And he has, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna send this. So we already had the tax liens. I sent the money for the trust. I sent the money for the mentorship. I sent the money for the tax liens, and then I was paying online. I mean, on the phone with for the hotel rooms. Yeah, with my debit card. So that's and then
Hey,
he presented
shout out to the chat.
opportunities.
I want to keep stopping it. Get a few more likes in the building. I'm not
Sure.
gonna ask again. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. We got 188 in the chat. Shout out to y'all. Make sure y'all share the live stream. This brother is telling his firsthand experience with Polight. I'm just gonna reiterate this to what's going on. Polight has scammed him for almost 30 to 40 grand already at this point. And mind you, the dude really was in all of him. You know what I mean? I could really understand how a lot of people look up to people like this. You feel what I'm saying? Because you got to realize we look up to people. People still look up to some of these YouTube personalities or somebody that helped them into consciousness or helped them out. He was just a good-hearted dude. He wasn't a violent. He wasn't a angry, aggressive. He's just a good dude. And I feel sorry for the dude because Polight literally scammed him to the point where he was stressed and died of an asthma/heart attack. Like, it's very sad.
Oh my
But let's
God.
continue.
Jesus.
So I got a list of a few different. I mean, I just have a list of just these different things that are just eating at my consciousness, and I have to just let them out. So, and they're not exactly in chronologically order, but I'm explaining them best I can.
We
So
got you. We got you. We understand, bro.
I was Polight's driver 24/7.
Shit.
And I felt like to be in his inner circle, I had to do something to provide something,
Shit.
you know, more than just my investment money. Because he's
You
like,
ain't
I
had to
normally
do
don't
nothing,
invite
bro.
mentees. I normally don't invite people out here. I don't even hang out with men, da da da. So I felt like being his driver was the one way to kind of just be in his circle and kind of like just, you know, be a part of
And
whatever
check
he's
out
doing
the
and just kind of watch and
Aboriginal
observe
channel. The
and, you
Aboriginal
know, take notes.
Power
And
channel.
so I was at his beck and call. I was sleeping in his
Shit.
car.
Shit.
Every time I'd fall asleep, he'd call me 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. It didn't matter. I had to get up, and because it was his car, remember? I was paying, and I didn't even realize.
He got the man after he done gave him $9,000 from the bus, from the plane, then another $3,000 to rent the car, and now you're using him as a driver to sleep in the car. Where the hell do they do that at? Where? And you guys complain about strong black women. Somebody put it in the chat. He needs a strong black woman. Y'all complain about a strong black woman, right? This is where we come in handy. This is where a strong black woman comes in handy. You better thank your lucky stars. That's why y'all wonder why some of these men, they be like, oh, them are betas. No, them men is doing fine. Because they women is not letting them make mistakes like this. Oh my God. The more you hear, the worse it get. Oh my goodness. Let's go.
It was rented. He told me it was his car. And so one night he calls me and say, hey, can you meet me over here? I'm thinking, damn. So I drive and I'm like sleep in the car. He pulls up and he's got this other woman.
Mind you, he Polight them used and borrowed and took and fake invested so much of his money. He went back and said, fuck, I ain't even gonna sleep in these hotels and Airbnbs. I'm gonna go back to the car. That's sad.
In there. And he's got like house slippers and shit. And I'm thinking, damn, like he just got done smashing. Like my head.
He said it was some big. Listen to the story. I'm gonna run this back.
Listen, guys.
Mm-hmm. And I didn't even realize it was rented. He told me it was his car. And so one night he calls me and say, hey, can you meet me over here?
Hell to the no.
Damn. So I drive and I'm like sleep in the car. He pulls up and he's got this other woman there. And he's got like house slippers and shit. And I'm thinking, damn, like he just got done smashing. Like my head, he just got done smashing. Like no joke. And he's like, yo, can you drop her off?
Wait till he described the girl that Polight was smashing, y'all. Listen.
Oh God.
And I've never seen this girl before. And I'm like looking at her like, what? Like, and he's just like, yo, she lives about 30 minutes away. I'm like, damn, man, 30 minutes away. It's like,
He said she just stayed 30 minutes away. And about 4 o'clock in the morning, woke the man up out of his sleep to go take some girl home that he just got done fucking. And now listen.
tired. I'm like, all right, man, no problem. I'll do it, you know?
Fuck all
And
that shit.
this chick, I'm not here to be judging no one, but as far as the women Polight,
That's
she
right.
was not
Stop.
at
Thank
all
you.
nearly attractive. And I'm thinking, whoa, like,
Thank
would
you so
smash
much.
this
I
chick.
appreciate
She
that.
started smoking cigarettes in the
But send it to the
car. I'm
Cash
thinking, like,
App. Send it to the
yo,
Cash
like,
App. Thank you, love.
What Polight, like,
Cash
any
App,
chicks that smoke
PayPal.
cigarettes? I'm thinking,
But
like,
thank you,
in my
love. I
head, like,
appreciate it.
she's loud, she's overweight.
He said she's loud, sloppy, fat, overweight, and smoking cigarettes. Damn, Polight.
She's talkative, and I ended up driving her over an hour and a half away in the middle
He ended up driving her over an hour and a half away when Polight said it was only going to be 30 minutes.
of the night, 2:00, 3:00 in the morning. I had to drive her. If you ever been from LA to Vegas, damn near literally on the way to Vegas, I had to drop her off. And not only that, I had to drive all the way back to get to my Airbnb just to get some sleep. And I was so upset and angry with Polight. Like, I wanted to just be like, yo, I can't do this. I can't drive more than 30 minutes away. Like, I you know, and I didn't say nothing. I just kept it to myself. And so a few weeks, like a couple nights later, Polight hits me up. He's like, you got an old $50 bill.
What?
And I'm like, what the
Exactly.
Like,
what?
Like, do you have an old $50 bill? And I'm like, nah, bro. Like, I can go in the store and check to maybe see if they have an old.
What I do with an
That's
old
the
$50
weirdest
bill?
request I've ever heard anyone ask me. So I go and I'm asking people like, nah, we just got new.
He said, can you go find me a couple old a couple old $50 bills?
$50
Listen to this.
bills. And I'm like, Polight, like they just got new $50 bills. And he's just like, all right, whatever, bring it. And I get in the car with Polight, and he's like, yo, you know that chick the other day?
Mm-hmm.
She catfished me. She showed me fake pictures. She pretended to be someone she's not. It was a mentorship. I'm like, damn, bro, I thought.
Why would somebody catfish you if it's a mentorship? It shouldn't matter what the people look like if you just there to mentor him.
He beat
that
me
doesn't
to the
make
point.
sense, Polight.
He beat me to the
no,
point.
No way. She paid me for the mentorship, so I went and picked her up and and she.
No, guys, listen clearly. Catfish means she's underage. It has nothing to do with her fighting or mentorship. When he says the word, I got catfished, what he means is that's somebody that's young. Again, this is showing you he deal with girls that's underage. Listen carefully. How y'all hear stuff and how I hear stuff is totally different. Catfish means she was under 18 and he thought that she was older. And come to find out, she was younger. But he still smashed it anyway. Like, damn shit, you here anyway. I might as well get some. Be careful now. She flew or caught the bus out there. I don't know. All I know is he had to bring that back, light barrier. Crazy.
He's talking. I'm like, damn. Like he's like, bro, she drove me over. He's like, what? And he's like, yo, he's like, she left her wallet in my car, and she keeps calling me to get her wallet out of my car because she has her last $200. But it just so happens that my aunt asked me for some money, came in my car, and went in the black wallet and took the wallet, thinking it was her dad's money, but ended up being the lady's money, right? So, and then Amanette comes a few days later and finds that woman's ID in Polight's car and like, who is this chick? And Polight's like, I don't know who that is. Who is this chick?
Oh,
and so
shit.
he was like, yo, Amanette was tripping on me.
Oh, shit.
And So he's like, yo, I gotta get this chick out of my life. Like she's I don't know, she probably purposely left her wallet in my car.
Uh-huh.
And she said she left the last $200, and I just need you. I need to mail her wallet with the money back. And but he's like, my aunt took the money and spent it. And he's like, I'm so fucking smart. I'm a genius. I know how much money was exactly.
Like say I'm a genius. I'm smart. I know exactly how much money was in there. Nigga, cause you took it out. Nigga, you took it out. You about to make this man pay your debt back because girl threatened to call the police on your ass.
Hey,
Damn.
not
Exactly
now.
there. So he's like,
Hey,
can you give me
baby.
$100 bill? Can you give me a $50 bill? Can you give me a $5 bill? And I'm like, he's like, can you put in the wallet? And he's like,
We talking about polite. I know what catfishing mean, but we talking about a person who indulge in underage women. So catfish for polite means she was underage. If she wasn't, he'll tell us the story. This is just how I feel now. I don't know. I don't know. But we speaking upon people who deal with underage people. Don't forget, if you are able to share this live, share this live. Remember, we only got a nice little set of people in here. Please, everybody, hit that like button. Hit that like button. I have to bring this channel back to life. This channel is my baby. This channel is my baby. This is my love. Sugar love, my heart, my love, everything. Hit them likes to bring this channel back up. And in the morning time, we're going to be here. In the evening, I'm going to be across the pond on Tony T. So let's finish listening to this because there's two parts to it.
I'll pay you back later. Put in the wallet, and can you mail it overnight? And I'm like, he's like, I need to get this off me as soon as possible. And I'm
Get
like,
this off me as soon as possible.
all right. At that time, like I'm already in too deep.
Share the live stream.
Are y'all listening to what this man is saying? I've been catfished. I'm already in this much too deep. Now, we already know that Aminette knows he does deal with other women. He's polygamous, right? So we do know he deal with other women. So why would he say the word catfish? I'm in too deep and I got to get this girl up off of me. The girl wasn't on you no more. She just wanted her wallet. Listen to the words carefully. Catfish, in too deep, gotta get this girl off of me. Listen carefully. Let's go.
Let's try to get 250 people in here. Let's get the likes up, y'all. Support the channel. We got 126 on the likes. We got 202 in 200 in the chat. So let's try to get the 250 in here. Y'all share the live stream.
So I had to give him my $155.
Hell
I had to
no.
go to the post office, wait in line, pay $27 to have it overnight shipped it to her so that Polight wouldn't have to trip no more, wouldn't have to worry. I did that shit. You know? Never paid me back. Never paid me back. All right.
And that's a scam too. Listen to what he's saying. Just like somebody's phone. They're not worrying about the phone and somebody stealing it. They're worried about the information that's in the phone. So the young lady is not worried about the money in her wallet. She's worried about all her information that's in the wallet. So why would you make me send her back the money? I would have sent her wallet back and say, I don't know what happened to the money. So he's still scamming. He is still scamming. That girl needs to know her ID or whatever that she has is in that wallet. Money, you can get money, you could just take that as a loss. But getting back all your ID is something totally different. Same way with your phone. Getting the information back in your phone is totally different. So to make this man, all he worrying about is the $200, not nothing else in that wallet. That's well, I know right about now he's gonna send some lightning bolts to Polight, but we're gonna finish hearing the story out. It just get worse after worse after worse after worse. It's crazy.
So now this was towards the end of my experience with him, and this is just
Yes.
whatever way I wrote it down. And I was waiting in the park because the car rental. I was sleeping in his car, and I at this point I
The
ran out
man
of
sleep in
my
the
money.
car.
I gave it most
Fuck.
of the light.
He said at this point he ran out of most of his money and gave it to
And so
Polight.
Ain't
the
that
car
some
had to get
shit?
took and had to go on a run. I don't know what that meant. So I was out on the streets with my luggage,
Oh
and I'm
shit.
like, Polight, like this.
Polight literally
Like,
left this guy out on the
I need a place
streets.
to stay. I need a place to stay. I'm in the park. And I've been in the park. He's like, yo, I'm gonna get somebody to get you a hotel room, and you're gonna be all right. It's be cool, and da 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 da. Just wait at the park. I literally, this was the second
Ain't no
day,
sitting
bro.
in
I
the
didn't even
park,
tell you about
bitch.
the day before. I waited in the park with all my
Mm-mm.
luggage for like 7 hours, right? And I'm from Hawaii. LA was super cold. I'm sitting there and it's dark at night. I'm out there. I'm like, Polight, yo. He was texting me throughout the whole day. Yo, within the next hour, within the next hour, within the next hour, I'm gonna get you. And I'm sitting there and it's cold and dark at night, and I got all my luggage with me.
This man
Send me
said he
the
was cold.
information. Send me the
Polight
information.
literally left him out there in the middle of LA at a park.
Send me the info.
Man, rest in peace to Crypto Roots, man.
Yeah,
And
rest
Polight
in
scammed
peace.
that man to death,
Oh
literally.
my God.
There was a manhunt, helicopters, police, all guns coming out in the park. I'm the only one with the park. The helicopters are coming and they're shining the light on me. The police are all coming. I'm the only one in the park, black dude in LA with all my shit. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, I can't even move. I can't even run. Like, I'm just like total suspect right now. The lights are on me. And I take a picture and show Polight. I send the picture like, yo, Polight, like, I need to get out of here. Like they're out there on a manhunt right now. It's like, well, if you didn't do anything wrong, you shouldn't be worried about it. You da 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 da. And I'm like, whoa, like he's texting. I'm sitting in the video. And
Oh
he's
no,
like,
no,
oh,
no.
he's
That's in
paranoid.
part
He's
two,
paranoid.
Liberia. I
He's
got
always
that.
paranoid because
Part two is
I see
next.
police,
Part
he
two
just
is
likes to
next.
take advantage of that and say,
Part
I'm
two is
paranoid.
next.
I'm like, nah, bro. I'm actually kind of keeping my cool as much as possible. So I need a place. I need a place now, man. Like I've been waiting all day. I need a place now. I'm cold, bro. So I get a text.
Just know my snipers. Well, these are my lovers. These are my lovers. But I have to integrate my lovers and my snipers to loving snipers. So we're on both pages. Y'all be loving snipers. Just know as we show this information, we're gonna be getting trolls and haters. So y'all gonna have to have a sister back. We might get other people doing videos. I don't know. When you start telling the truth, people come at you. Just be alert and have your sister back. Because it's going to get nasty and it's going to get dirty. Because we kicking the truth. So it's going to be trolls and everything. They're going to set up maybe troll beef. So just be on alert. Be on alert. I had to stop because this man's story goes from bad to worse. From bad to worse to worse to worse, that he is not even living anymore. So yes, I had to stop the video. Yeah, real life, Ronald. I think on this page, let me see something. I gotta hold up. This page.
Later. And he's like, all right, confirmation. Show up to this hotel.
Liberia.
It's already paid for you, right? I still have to pay for my own Uber there. So I just slowly, as the helicopters are looking at me, I'm like slowly walking towards the street, like fuck, like walking by cops are like shining their lights on me, and I'm like, just like, and then I get my Uber, I go to the hotel room. So
Liberia,
by the way,
this
I'm
is for
paying for
you.
Nina's hotel rooms at the most expensive
That's for
ones in
you,
Hollywood.
Liberia.
I'm
Thanks for
paying
your all your
for hotel
support.
rooms over in Vegas.
Thank you for all your
I'm,
support.
I'm
That's for
So
you.
them pictures that you be seeing Polight in at these hotels and renting.
Liberia, thank you for supporting both channels. That is for you. Go ahead, type in something, type in something, type in something. You help me, you support me. Oh, evil is not the word. That's why we're going after these ninjas next. We're going after these ninjas next. But Light Barrier, you deserve this. I'm popping tops off all day. Sonetta blocked me yesterday. Mm-hmm. 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 That's because you support, sister, and I thank you. Mm-hmm. I don't even know how am I even able to cover these stories because I'm like, oh, my heart hurt, my heart hurt, my heart hurt.
Exotic cars, cuz pay for 'em.
paying for expensive hotels left and right. I'm thinking polite, like in my mind, this was me being
With other
foolish,
people
thinking
he
like,
was
yo, I'm gonna at
scamming.
least get like a nice spot to stay for the night, like to sleep for the night. Nope. And it got some like kind of dirt bag like hotel, and I show up to the dude, and the woman was like, "Did you purchase this?" I'm like, "No, somebody else purchased it for me." And he's like, "No, you have to show your ID. You have to show your credit. You have to be the purchaser to go to check in." And I'm like, "Are you serious?" Like he was like, "Yep, that's the way we do it." And I'm thinking, "Damn, I just like I'm almost breaking down." I call Polite. I'm like, "Yo, man, like they said I had to be the purchaser of the ticket to check in the room." He's like, "What? What? They never do." He's like, "They never do that."
We already at 70K already. And it ended up being 150,000. We ain't even got halfway through
At the
yet.
fancy hotels. And I'm thinking, why didn't you just get me a fucking room like at a hotel, like like in my mind. And this is like the part, this was getting that close. So he's like, all right, well, go to this other hotel over on Sunset somewhere in West Hollywood, and it's going to only cost you $80 a night. I'll pay you back. And I'm thinking, so I had to pay for an Uber there. I show up, dirtier, nastier hotel, like than the one before. And I'm thinking, so I
Hit the
go and I
like
check
button,
in.
y'all. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, y'all. I just want y'all to hit the like button. We got 240 in the chat. Let's try to hit the goal of 250 in the chat. Let's get the likes up. And then for those that's in here, appreciate y'all. Peace and blessings. And share this on all your social media outlets. This brother had a first-hand experience with Polight and was scammed out of $150,000. Tried to get his money back. Obviously stressed and died of a heart attack and an asthma attack. So let's continue his story. Let's go.
Like than the one before. And I'm thinking, so I go and I check in, and it's an Indian couple, and they start disrespecting me. They start trying to steal my money. They overcharged me. I told them, and then they didn't even give me a receipt. I had to ask my receipt. They just like were so rude to me. I go in the room. I look in the room. It literally looked like someone died in the room. It looked like it's 1970s. It was like some Jim Morrison hotel. That was the hotel where Jim Morrison said it was.
Man, like I said, this is a part 1 series, so y'all gonna want to have to pay attention to what's going on, because when we get into part 2, it's gonna go to another height as well with the scam. So let's go.
Oh, and the room was dirty, and I broke down, man. I wanted to fucking die. I really wanted to kill myself. I
Mm-mm-mm.
wanted to die. I was like, why would this
Mm-mm-mm.
Damn, this man wanted to kill himself because he had been scammed so much by Polight.
person fucking do this? Oh, man. I wanted to fucking die. I
Mm.
really wanted to
Oh
kill
my
myself.
God.
I wanted to die. I was like, why would this person fucking do this to me? Like, why? And why? Like, why would I? I'm alone. I'm broke, and I didn't give it all up, and this is what I get in return.
Oh my
And he's
God.
calling me paranoid. He's calling me, just chill out, bro. And so that's when I broke down, and I'm lucky I couldn't find something to really hang myself from, and I cried
Oh,
myself to sleep.
oh.
And then I woke up the next morning and I told Polight I couldn't do this. I gotta leave. So now, fast forward that I'm driving his car around. I mean, backwards, and um, let me know when it's like, I'm driving his car around, and the battery kept dying. The car battery kept dying of the black GMC, and I had to keep getting it jumped, and he kept blaming it on me, like, you just running the battery dry. I'm like, dude, I'm barely using it. I'm barely using it. And one
I
time, his
know.
other
He
mentees,
need
we were
that
sleeping
fixed
in the
now.
car with me and his other mentees,
He need that
who we owed
fixed.
over 50K to. We were sleeping in the car for weeks.
So he ran into another guy that Polight scammed for 50,000, who was out there
Oh
living
my
in his car as
God.
well.
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
So what I'm gonna do is pause
Mm-mm-mm.
this right here because this is gonna be a part two to this one. I'm just gonna fast forward to the other video.
And his scamming endeavors, his scandals that he has involved many people in. Unfortunately, I didn't know these things until after this happened to me. And literally, this just happened to me like 10 days ago. Basically,
Don't
I'm gonna just
forget, on
say,
part two, you're gonna hear
I don't want
more
to
of
say it
the
was
other
a
man.
scam, but definitely in support of Brother Polite and everything that he
Mm-mm-mm.
represented as a man, as a black man that's conscious and
Mm-mm-mm.
so intelligent, so knowledgeable. I just would love to hear him speak.
That's what I'm saying. What do they see in him?
Exactly.
I see potential like what she's describing and a lot of you guys in the chat. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't see that in him. You can see
Mm-mm.
the scam is in him.
Yes,
Because
you
I would
can.
just be soaking up all this information, all this knowledge, just learning so much from him. Not only on a conscious and spiritual aspect, but even in a financial aspect. For me, I felt like he was able to bridge that gap, to say there is a balance between consciousness and wealth. So I was like, this dude is super dope.
Mm-mm-mm.
Just watching him make his moves, you know, it seemed like he was just reaching new levels every time I watched him. And I'm like, I'm so inspired. What he presents to the world, he looks like he's doing big things. You know what I'm saying? If you don't dig too deep into things, you would just run off the bat believe it. And I was the person that felt like, I see people say things about everybody, especially in the conscious community. A lot of that. We see that everywhere. So I wasn't one to want to jump on body's bandwagon about any negativity involving that person. Like for me,
Mm-mm-mm.
I was just like, if I can take positive messages from this man and apply that to my life or learn what I can from this man, that's what I'm gonna do. But now, when it comes to the money, giving anything from yourself to somebody, investing anything from yourself into somebody else, you definitely want to do some research. You definitely need to have some background information about this person. And that's a mistake that I made. So, for anybody watching this that's in support of Brother Polite, like not even just on about the money, like his whole character, like please do your research.
Mm-hmm.
The warning signs are there. After
Yes,
you've done your
yes.
research and you still decide to go get scammed, that's on you.
Exactly.
But if you're gang goofy, I was gang goofy and I feel like an idiot. Like I'm even
Gang goofy.
in a way a little
Wow.
embarrassed to
I like
even
that new
speak about
word.
this
Gang
because
goofy.
I feel so stupid because my intuition was telling me otherwise and I still went along and got scammed. So I'm gonna just start off from the beginning. I've been following Brother Polite and all his work and everything like that, watching his live streams for about 9 months, I should say.
Mm-mm-mm.
Um, for about 9 months, and about 3 or 4 months ago, I watched a live stream where he spoke about his mentorship program and he gave out an email,
Mm-mm-mm.
brotherpolite45@gmail.com. And I was like, whoa, because I had been listening to him. And for him to give out his personal email, I was kind of like, whoa, this dude's giving out his personal email. This is crazy. But this is an opportunity for me. Let me go ahead and shoot him an email. You know what I'm saying? I want to connect with him. I just got my real estate license. I'm like, from what I hear, he's in real estate. the things that that he
Mm-mm-mm.
presents, like speaking about
Mm-mm-mm.
it now, is hilarious because it's all fraud. It's all fraud. Anyways, I'm like, he's into real estate. We can meet up or talk, chop it up on the phone, connect and build. That was my goal, like to connect with him and build, like show me the way. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm ready to learn all that I can and apply that to my life because I want to get out of, poverty. I don't want to live struggling or working a 9 to 5 or anything like that. Like I want to be able to move how I want to move as an entrepreneur. And he speaks about the streams of income, the trust funds, and all that type of stuff. So I'm like, teach me. I'm ready for it. So I sent him an email, and he doesn't respond. That was 3 or 4 months ago. So I was like, whatever. Still watching his videos, still going on about my life. On December 24th of 2018, I sent him another email because I happened to be watching another one of his videos in my room, chilling, vibing, listening to one of his lives. What did he say? It was something that got me. He's like, we have coaches for everything. We have a coach for this, a coach for that. But who's your coach when it comes to your money? Like, I'm offering a mentorship program. You want to get off that clock. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be working for somebody else's dream. Invest in yourself. I can show you how to make 3 streams of income, 6 streams or 9 streams. He's giving that whole spill. So I'm like, you know what? Let me shoot him another email. So I email him again. I email him that night. The next morning, I get a call. I don't answer because I don't know the number, but the message that followed said, "Peace. Peace. This is Brother Polight. I called to know availability in regards to the mentorship program." So at that point, I'm like, oh my God, I'm juiced. I'm like, he called me. Let me call him right back. So that's what I did. I woke up. It was morning, Christmas morning. I don't celebrate Christmas or nothing, but my mind was just focused on getting there. Getting where I want to get in life. So I felt like he was definitely a connection for me. So I'm like, let me call him right back. So I call him. And this was the first time because if you guys follow Brother
Sorry about the audio being so low. I don't know what it is with this shit.
Polite, the energy that he brings on screen was totally different from the energy that I got on the phone. On the screen, when we're watching him, it's like, he's just so charismatic, so, you know, like the energy is flowing from him. You could feel it. On the phone, he was robotic. He just had a blank, like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, he's just like, yeah. You called about you inquired about the mentorship program. Basically, there's 3 streams that you could do, da, 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 da. There's 6 streams, you could do, da, 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 and there's 9 streams, da, 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 da. Like, he's just giving out this information so quick, I'm not even following. But I'm like still trying to listen, like, so I'm interested in the 3 streams. And he's like, all right, that's 7,500. And I'm like, oh, well, I don't have that right now. So, hopefully I get it soon. And if I do, I'll give you a call back. Basically, that's what I said. So,
Like still using the manipulating abilities, but he's doing it with a different approach since it's a women. So you're watching both styles of manipulation from the opposite gender and how he approaches things.
like that. And he's like, all right, cool. Peace. That's it. End of the conversation. And I was kind of, I don't know how to, I know how to feel. Like I was kind of bummed, like, damn, like that was my chance, and now that's gone. And then I'm like, it's just the conversation was just so like it wasn't what I would expect him to be like on the phone. or just be like, period, one, you know? But I'm like, okay, cool. I mean, it's his voice. You definitely know that's him, you know? So what was it? I think like 2 days later, I basically just asked him, like, we spoke a couple of days ago. He spoke about the mentorship program for 3,500. And I'm like, just letting him know as I was meditating on manifesting this opportunity with you into fruition, I thought to ask if at any time you felt the love to possibly consider working with the sister on this. I have a fixed desire to have this opportunity with you, but also know for normal people as a single mother working a 9 to 5, the
Mm-mm-mm.
option to have 3,500 to spend at once isn't realistic. Anyways, I hope you and your beautiful fam are enjoying the end of this cycle and continue to speak life and love. Peace.
Oh Lordy.
So that
She
was
showed that receipt. To have 3,500 to spend.
so
I ain't
that
got
was
shit.
1
I ain't got nothing
p.m.
for you, man.
the day after Christmas.
I can't do nothing for you, man.
So he calls me right back after I sent that message. He called me probably 5 minutes later. He's like, I'm at
Oh,
work, so he's like, I run out to answer the call, and he's just saying, "What can you afford? What's good for you?" We're going over prices. We end up agreeing on 500. I mean, not, on $1,000. 500 I would pay when I'm ready, and then the next 500 I would pay like the following week or something like that. So I said, all right. As soon as I get the money together, I will call you and we'll get it started. So that was in December. A month later, which was January 31st. Um, I'm gonna just well before then, before we even got to the point where we were starting the mentorship program, he was in San Francisco because I'm out here in the Bay Area. That's where I live. He was in San Francisco. I seen him on Instagram, so I was like, I DM'd him like, oh my god, not oh my god. I'm like, oh, you in my city,
uh
and
huh.
he's like, he responds to me. I can't even go to the messages because he blocked me yesterday. I'll get to that in a minute. But he's like, basically, we chopping it up back and forth real quick. He's like, take my number down. And I'm like, I already have your number. We spoke about a month ago about the mentorship program. And I sent him my number. And he texts me, like, oh, yeah, I remember you. He texts me
I
right here. He said,
remember
I
you.
remember now.
Mm-hmm.
Peace, sister. I will let you know when I'm
Mm-hmm.
back out there. I'm like, okay, great. Please do. Hope you enjoyed yourself on
He
this
took
live.
your
And he's
money,
like,
but
definitely.
now he remembers you. Mm-hmm.
That was on the 29th of January. So, January 31st, I'm like, ready. I'm like, oh my God, he was out here. You know, I'm ready
He
to get
probably
something
was right
started. You know
there.
what I'm saying? I'm ready to get this thing rolling. I'm really ready to start gaining this knowledge that you have
Uh huh.
and start making some money.
Uh huh.
So also the night before, I was watching another live stream of his. And at this point, I had a good savings saved up. I had just been saving from every check, like literally taking 80% of my check and just putting it into my savings after bills
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
was paid and stuff like that. I'm listening
Mm-mm.
to a live stream like the night before. I text him this, and he's just saying, there's no risk in life. Like the risk that you take is working for somebody else. Like, don't have your money sitting in a savings account that's not even, or even not even a savings account. He said, don't have your money sitting in the bank where you're not getting anything from it. You might as well like take that money and invest it to where you could receive something in return. And I'm thinking, like, you know what? He right,
My
and
money gonna sit
I
right where it's
mean,
at.
it happens. It happens to the best of us. But I'm like, you know
It's
what?
gonna sit
He's right.
right
So
where
the
it's
next
at.
day I'm at
Shit.
work and I sent him a message. I'm like, Grand Rising Polight. I'm just about ready to make my first payment for the mentorship program. Next week I get paid and should have the last portion. How do we get this started? He calls me right away. So this is like his pattern. I send him a text He's like, but send your 500, your first portion, so we can at least get the ball rolling. That was his words. So I'm like, cool. So I was like, after work, I'm gonna go ahead and send you the money when I get home that night. And so I'm like, okay, so how does the mentorship program work again? Like, what exactly should I be expecting? Am I gonna
Mm-mm-mm.
get, my money flipped and given back to me within a certain amount of time? Like, I'm just trying to figure out. So he says
Mhm.
the same spiel that he gave me the first time we spoke about it. And he's just like, basically within 30 to 60 days, you should have a return on your money for the streams of income. You're gonna have a trust fund. You're gonna have an insurance,
Mm-mm-mm.
something about some insurance, and I don't know. I don't remember. But I'm like, all right, cool. I still barely got it, but I'm like, all right, I'll let you know when I send the money. Please, y'all, don't come at me. I know,
We're
I know.
not gonna
I
come at you,
sound
girl. It
yeah,
happens.
but
It
I am
happens.
trusting in this man, so I'm like, let me not
Mm-mm-mm.
think too deep into it. But I do text him right after we get off the phone. I said, along with your Cash App, can you send me a brief description of what you just told me? You deliver a lot of information very fast. So he responds.
See, the only problem that I have with all of these confessionals, regardless of who is telling a confessional about whomever, they never have a police report with them. They never have, like, if you're going to tell your story, I would like to see what action you put behind what happened to you. Just coming to social media is good and you're saving people, but it's not helping to really save people if they're left out here to scam more people. Like, I would like to for once hear somebody give a testimony. I don't care if it's nature nut, whatever, and say here. And I filed the police report, and this is what the police report says. Or I went to the bureau of whatever, or I'm going to small claims court to get my money back. These are the things that people need to hear. People think it starts and ends because you go on social media. But no, it does not. That people better wake up for real. Conscious is not being woke. Taking care of yourself is what's being woke. That's what the true meaning of woke means. Taking care of yourself, not being bought into the bullshit and all that other stuff. But here we go.
The following corresponds with reached income stream. Coaching for 12 times a month, 3 times a week, 30 minutes at a time. Three income stream program consists of life insurance
No,
trust
I
to
mean
be
more
assigned to
of them,
insurance
Lightbearer. We need
policy and
more.
knowledge thereof, tax lien knowledge and know-how, tax deed knowledge and know-how, 30 to 60-day commitment to coaching, revolving line of credit, 30 to 60 business days. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, thank you. I still don't know how exactly that works to bring me streams of income, but I'm like, he got the knowledge, he's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna learn once we get started. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So he says, send me a screenshot confirmation once you sent the money. I said, okay. I said, I'm off at 5. I'll be home around 6 tonight. Um, Something weird happened. He sent me a message of the Cash App. This might have been God, like for real. He sent me a message of the Cash App to send it to. That message somehow got deleted. Like it erased itself out of my phone, like while I'm texting him. So I was like, what the hell? So I didn't have where to send the money to. So, but I'm like, coincidentally, my messages stopped sending to you, and your last message with Cash App info deleted from my phone. So Like my messages stopped sending to him. This is crazy. I forgot this happened. My messages stopped sending to him. I will show
Mm-hmm.
you on the screen. It stopped sending, and then his message deleted. So I sent that message, and he sent me again the amount in the Cash App name, and this was going to Nina Rari, who is the girl with the surgery that he posts all the time now.
Mm-hmm.
You just seen that cash app
Uh-huh.
on the other dude's page. You see what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? So
Uh-huh.
Um, so I said I'm off at 6. I'll be home around. I mean, I'm off at 5. I'll be home around 6. I go to the bank, and as I'm at the ATM, like I'm just asking myself, "Are you about to do this? Like, are you sure about this?" That's my intuition speaking, and I'm like telling myself it's good, like everything's okay. This is okay. I'm like really running on adrenaline because I'm just hyped up that I'm about to get started, but also I'm unsure, so I'm just trying to go with it's gonna be okay. And I'm trying to tell myself that, so I'm just going
Telling
ahead
yourself
and
that.
transfer the money to my
What your
checking so that I
intuition
can
told
send
you.
it through the Cash App. So I do that. I just hurry up and do it and quiet that voice in the back of my head. I get home, I get to the Cash App as I'm like typing in the stuff and I'm about to press send. Another voice like, "Are you sure you don't want to think about this a little bit?" And I'm just like, it's gonna be okay. Like he got too much to lose. He wouldn't do that. you know, he wouldn't do that. So I press it. I do it. I send the money, send the 500,
Five
and I
hundred
send
dollars.
him the screenshot of the 500, which I'm going to show on the screen.
Another one who don't have stuff
Send
in
it
their
to
name,
the name he
so
gave
you
me,
can't track it back to
and
them.
that was at
Uh-huh.
5:55.
Uh-huh.
So for
Just
the
like
next
Nature Boy.
hour and a half, I
Nothing
go
is
work
in his
out. I
name.
don't hear anything back
Mm-hmm.
from him. So I text him.
245 in the chat, man. Hit the like button. This is another lady that was scammed on Polight. This is all part of the part one process. We will have a part two to this. Let's try to get 250 people in the chat. Let's go. Let's try to get 250 people listening in. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
At 7:37 because up until that point, like anything I say to him, any message I send to him, he is very prompt. He was very prompt at responding to me. And most of the time, just calling me instead of even texting back. So I'm like, okay. After my workout, I hear nothing. That's like an hour and a half after I sent the money. I'm like, please confirm you got it. He said, yeah, sorry, I'm in a conference.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm like, okay, just making sure. Cool. He's like, word. I'm like, okay. I was
You gotta
even
drop that
thinking about
link
that because
in
I
here,
am a
light barrier.
very analytical person. I know this situation makes me seem like I'm not, but I swear I'm very analytical about situations and things and feeling people's energy, like even from his energy with the phone to the type of energy I'm
But
getting
you
through the
still
messages.
sent
I'm
them
kind
your
of like,
money, so that means
all
nothing right
right,
now. Go ahead.
he already changing up right now. But I'm like, you know what? He was in a conference, so cool. He's a busy person, right? So it's
Mm-hmm.
fine. So that was on January 31st. So Friday goes by, nothing. I don't hear anything from him. Saturday comes, I don't hear anything from him all morning. So by noon, I'm like, I should have heard something by now at least.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I should have heard something the same day. Like, okay, thanks for sending your money in. We're going to get started on this day, this time. But nothing. So 12 on Saturday, 12 in the afternoon, I'm like, greetings. When can we get started? He texts back 5 p.m. today. That was weird to me because I'm like, so if I had never asked you when we was gonna get started, would you have even scheduled anything? And now randomly there's a 5 p.m. today
Mm-hmm.
thing, just today out of
Mm-hmm.
nowhere. So I'm like getting a little irritated with that. I'm like, okay, that's weird. Like, why am I having to even ask you when this is your program that you're offering? Why do I gotta ask you when are we starting? I sent you the money. So at this point, like you should be on top of shit. So I'm gonna get irritated and I'm just like, all right. That's all I'm like, all right. So this this was Saturday. I was planning to take my kids to the trampoline park to enjoy the day out and do something. I was about to cancel it because I'm like, I want to be ready for the
Let's try to
mentorship
get
program. I'll
275.
be taking.
Try to get 275 in the chat, y'all. Appreciate everybody in the chat, man. Drop some fire emojis if y'all can hear this pretty clear. I know it's a little low on my end. I want to check it out on your end. Drop some fire emojis in the chat and share this on all your social media outlets. Let's try to get.
That's what I thought. So I called on somebody else's phone and it goes straight to voicemail. So I'm like, okay, he didn't block me, but his phone's off. Maybe something happened to him. I don't know what to think. Maybe something happened to him. He could be hurt. Maybe he went to jail. I don't know. I'm just thinking all type of stuff. So I don't know what to think at that point, but I'm starting to panic because I'm like, you're already effing up, and we had something planned. At least if you had other stuff to do, you would say that, you would communicate that. But I got nothing from him. So that's when I started to do like light research. I just typed
Now
in
she want to do
Brother
light
Polite
research.
mentorship program.
Now she want to
I
research.
honestly didn't want to see stuff that would make me freak out. Like, when people say don't go looking for the truth because you're gonna find it. And I didn't. I don't think I wanted to know the truth.
Uh-huh.
So I typed in something like just Brother Polite mentorship program. I tried to stay away from words that said scam and fraud. I don't know why, but I just didn't want to freak myself out because I was starting to panic.
Mm-hmm.
So I did see the video with Ashley, right? And I'm like, I don't really know the whole truth. I'm just hearing from, one perspective or something. So I'm like, whatever. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just like, that I don't know. I'm just like, this could possibly be a situation that ends like that. I don't know. But I am trying to keep myself calm through the night. Like, literally, I was stressed out that night, like so bad. I'm like, I don't want to be involved with anybody or anything that's gonna bring me, this type of stress or energy or anxiety or anything.
Scammers on YouTube that happen to be part of the conscious community make it hard for other brothers that's out here really doing good for the people and that's really dropping information. You understand me? Like much like myself. You know what I mean? So this is
Mm-mm-mm.
all awareness, man. Peace and love to everybody.
So I ended up texting him.
Mommy, should I press X?
The next morning, I hadn't heard nothing, no calls, no messages, no anything. The next morning, this is Sunday now, at 7:54. As soon as I woke up, like this is immediately what I did. I said, "Good morning, Polite. I still have not heard anything from anyone. I don't know what's going on your end, but the lack of correspondence is not sitting well with me after I have sent you my savings. At this point, I am requesting a refund. Please let me know when my funds have been returned to me. Thank you." And I put my Cash App name and I said, "I've sent a request." Um, that was at 7:54. At 10:28 hours later, he says, "Peace." With and then he puts all these messages in separate, whatever you want to call it. He's like, one from some email, 3 emails were sent on my behalf to no availability, 2 from Ra'et, which is one of his wives or girlfriends or whatever, one from another email. He said, "I was traveling. Please check your spam folder or media folder. Sorry for the inconvenience." At this point, I'm just like, I really don't care to do any further business with you because like the feelings that I'm getting and the lack of communication is really stressing me out. So I'm just like, I don't even care about none of that. But I just went to check just to see, just to see if he was telling the truth. I went and checked all messages, all folders, 2 or 3 times. Nothing there. I said, "I have no emails from those addresses." He says, "Please check your media or spam." I said, "I checked twice." He said, "Please forward your email and full name."
Oh shit.
So at that point, I'm like, how you asking for my email if you said you just sent me an email? How you asking for my full name if like the full name we're gonna get to in a minute, but the email, how you asking for my email if you just said you sent me an email? Like the email that he read from me was back in December. We're now in February when we're going through these messages, and so I'm like, he didn't have my email from December posted nowhere. He didn't have my email. That's information he would have had to get. Like, okay, I'm sure he gets many emails a day. That right there was like, what? I was like, I would prefer to have my money returned to me. I was stressing all night with no communication from you. That gives me anxiety. I'm a young Black mother seeking financial freedom, admiring your teachings. I'm anxious to connect and build, but I can't have this stress when it comes to providing for my children. So he says, I know exactly what you told me. I have the trust fund manager doing your trust. The trust cost me $1,150. I had him start for the 500 you said you can handle until you send the other 500. I sent your first two lessons in the following questions. Things happen. This is why I don't like to do these partial payments.
Wow.
So now he's trying
He
to
want
put it on me,
all
right?
the money.
So
He
my
want
question
all
for
the
me
money.
is, I'm not asking him these because I don't really care to hear anyone lies. Because right now he's looking real faulty to me, and he's like, I'm wondering myself, how are you having somebody start a trust fund for me if you don't even have my full name? That makes no sense. I'm just like, I appreciate.
And this is how Polite stay up. He use a lot of big words, confusion, trust. We gonna do this, da da da, and motherfucker be like, all right, sound good, and that's how he get them.
Yep.
Another thing is when they
Yep.
cash apping this man and sending them money, he getting it in everybody's name around him. This girl, this wife, this girl.
etc. Is there only one cash app to work on your end? I'm like, I know there's other cash apps to go through. Like, why are you telling me one cash app don't work? He's like, I don't deal with this stuff personally. I only teach. I saw your text, so I followed up. Sorry about that. I said, well, it seems you should. You should, being that this is your business and I've only been coordinating with you. I am sending you a Bank of America account. So I send a Bank of America account, not mine, because I didn't want him to have my full name and come back like, look, I'm not sending your money anymore because I did this trust fund with your name on it. So I'm like, I don't want to send him none of my information. So I sent somebody's account information. Not that he could do anything with, but send money. And there was no response from him. The next night, Tuesday night now, a whole other day has gone by. And I'm like, what is the problem with you sending me my money? It seems I need to take further measures. No response. So at this point, like, I am really tripping out. Like, I am like having migraines all these days. Like, I'm having migraines at work. I'm super tense, super stressed out, coming home, trying to like be calm with my kids, like, checking to see if the money was sent. It's not sent, so I'm just like, trying to be normal. But I really can't because this is messing with my spirit. Not
Trying to get 75 people in the chat. Y'all share the live stream. Hit the like button.
This person that I thought was freaking somebody, somebody that I admired, somebody that I looked to for guidance. For you to present yourself like this and for me to find out otherwise, like, that was really, it shook my spirit. Like I said, it shook my spirit. I sent him, I wish you could understand how this has been affecting me spiritually every day. It's worse at night when I can't stop my mind from thinking. My chest tightens. I've had migraines for the past few days. Trying to focus at work, coming home, trying to stay peaceful with my children while stressing. I'm just trying to come at a personal level, be beyond all the money and shit. Like, you're affecting my spirit at this point. So I'm trying to come to him at a personal level to understand me as an individual. Like, you don't need, like, I'm trying, like, please don't do this to me. Like, please. I held you at a higher caliber than the shit that you're doing now. So I'm expecting, whatever. He said, the money was deposited. It should clear by tomorrow. The anxiety you are having about something that is not even happening is the type of self-affliction that keeps us back. Listen to this. This is what kind of scared me and still gives me chills when I read it. He says, So what if I were the literal devil? Take what you can learn and continue to make forward strides. You either see the cup half full.
And he said, so what if I was a literal devil?
Keeps us back. Listen to this. This is what kind of scared me and still gives me chills when I read it. He says, so what if I were the literal devil?
So what if I was the literal devil? Take what you can learn and continue to make forward strides. You either see the cup half empty or half full. In fact, some don't see the cup at all. Polight is sick, y'all.
Take what you can learn and continue to make forward strides. You either see the cup half full, you either see the cup half empty or half full. In fact, some don't see the cup at all. So what if I were the literal devil? Why would he say something like that? Because he is the literal devil. I believe that he is. I see that he is. To go on doing stuff like this, he's the devil. I respond, because I'm like, he finally responded to me. So I'm like, all right, I hope that is the truth this time around. My anxiety is from not having proper communication with you. I don't see.
We got more to go, guys. We got more to go. It's going to be a bumpy
in a world
ride.
full of adversity,
We
I'm
got
always learning and
more
pushing forward,
to
using
go.
my consciousness to manifest.
This is just
this
the
is something
beginning.
That Chris says, it's something that I've been inspired to, practice with my daughter, like using our consciousness to manifest our goals. Like I'm telling you, like I was in deep with this dude. I know it's crazy. I know. But I said me and my daughter meditate on that every day, just not at all expected.
So you pretty much get the logistics of that, man. He scammed the shit out of her, and she ended up not even getting her money back. I do want to rotate back to the other video that we were just planning. We're gonna end it because it's gonna be a part 2. It is a part 2. You understand me? And we'll get back to that right now. So let's get that on the screen.
Man, it was so uncomfortable. Like it was uncomfortable because we had to always drive everyone around. So
Let's take it back a little bit so I can get back to where we are.
Why? Like, why would I? I'm alone. I'm broke, and I didn't give it all up, and this is what I get in return. And he's calling me paranoid. He's calling me, just chill out, bro.
So would y'all let Polight take $70,000 at you and cut from you and cuss you out and call you slow and paranoid and stop being a loser? Would you let Polight do that to y'all?
And so that's when I broke down, and I'm lucky I couldn't find.
I want to see that from the comments in the chat.
Hang myself from, and I cried myself to sleep. And then I woke up the next morning. I told Polight I couldn't do this. I gotta leave. So now, fast forward that I'm driving his car around. I mean, backwards, and let me know when it's there. I'm driving his car around, and the battery kept dying. The car battery kept dying of the black GMC.
Now, mind you, Duke paid for the exotic rental car. In return, Polight gave his ass an old pickup truck that the battery keep going out on.
And I had to keep getting it jumped. And he kept blaming it on me. Like, you're just running the battery dry. I'm like, dude, I'm barely using it. And one time, his other mentee, we were sleeping in the car with me and his other mentee, who we owed over $50K to. We were sleeping in the car for weeks together, man. It was getting...
Polight done put the two niggas he scammed in the same truck to stay in together. He done scammed them for over, at this point, $120,000 a piece. One dude 70, one dude 50, and he making them live in the car together.
Wow.
I'll just let y'all finish hearing the rest of this.
Wow.
I ain't gonna say nothing else. Wow. Let's get the 275 people in here, y'all.
It was so uncomfortable. Like, it was uncomfortable because we had to always drive everyone around. So he gave his mentee money to go buy car jumper batteries to get the car jumped. Then he told the mentee to go return it for the money back.
Light gave them the money to go get the car battery jumper cables,
Mm-hmm.
and then told them to go return it and say it didn't work, and so they can get their money back. Polite a crackhead.
And I'm thinking, why would you do that when you know the car? Just have it. It's better to have it on you. And I constantly had to go keep asking random people on the street, can you please give me a jump? And I had to keep doing it after that because I'm like, yo, can you get this car changed? Car battery changed. So one of the nights I had to keep getting the car battery changed. He invited me to the movies.
Yeah, he looked
with his
real
family.
small.
He's like, AJ, you want to come to the movies with my family? And I'm like, sure, bro. Like, because he kept calling you like family now. You like my little brother. You like family now. Like, you cool. He's like, even told me I was gonna invite you to stay with us so we can work on the crypto course.
No, we
I'm
good.
thinking, damn, in the back of my head, like that would save me money and make me, and that's the Vegas trip. That's after the Texas trip. So I'm getting that over. So he asked me to go to the movies, but I got so exhausted
Hell
just running
no.
around and driving him around, not getting.
So Polite asked the nigga to go to the movies. Cuz said he was gonna go, but he ended up falling asleep because he been running around 3 o'clock in the morning, dropping off fat girls smoking cigarettes. He been running around paying for shit. He just tired. He crashed. Polite cussed this boy out because he wasn't there to pay for him in his movie. Listen.
Getting sleep. That it got late at night and Polite was supposed to go to the movies and I didn't know what time. And then Amanette called me and I just was about to pass out. And I texted Amanette and I'm like, yo, I can't make it. Can you tell Polite I can't make it? And I knocked out hard. And then I woke up until my phone, Polite's just furious, yelling at me. But Amanette, say you refuse to go to the movies and how dare you? I paid for your ticket and da da da. And I'm thinking, fuck, like, and he's like screaming at me. He's like, did you talk to me? Did you call me? Did you call me? It's like, you call Amanette. Da 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 da. And I'm thinking, bro, like, I'm sorry, like I was tired, bro. I thought you had, like, I told you I haven't been. I thought you had to actually go to the movies to buy tickets. Like, it's like, nah, bro, it's 2019. You can buy tickets online now. And I'm like,
nigga said, nah, bro, it's 2019. You could have bought them online for me.
Well, I don't know, man. Like, I haven't been in the movies. I don't ever go to the movies ever. Like, He's like, all right, well, whatever. I'm not tripping. Like, whatever. It's all good. Da 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 da. And I'm like, all right, I apologize, bro. From now on, I'll talk to you directly if there's anything that goes on. And so I had, had to deal with that. Now, when I get to LA, also when we went to Vegas, I had to pay for our hotel rooms to do the music studio with Nina. Somehow, some way, we come up with a hit record. I'm not gonna lie. Nina's not. I'm not just trying to like straight up disrespect her, but she's not that talented.
This actual guy got scammed for $150,000 and also potentially his life. This guy died of a heart attack and an asthma attack, possibly stressing the money that he got scammed for false investment.
She's pretty, and but she's not that talented. Saw her in Mexico and they just blowing up fireworks. But so Polite is writing her lyrics and kind of rehearsing. She's not a rapper, she's not a singer, she's not a dancer. But somehow she pulls it off and we get a hit record. Polite goes to a club one night. I drop all of him and his wives off. And I refused to go in the club because I didn't like the atmosphere. There's just too much homeless people everywhere. And I told Amanette, there's just too much poverty for me to try to enjoy myself with all this wealth around. So da-da-da-da-da, Polite hands the CD, hands the record. People like it. Apparently, that's what he tells me. So the next day, Polite's like, yo, meet me here. So I meet him there, and he's like, yo, it's unbelievable, bro. I just signed a deal, $1.2 million with Sony for Nina.
Polite told that nigga he just made a record deal for $1.2 million.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's unbelievable. And he's like, I liked your vibe, bro. I liked your energy. Like, I liked having you around. And since this is what comes out of having you around, I want you to be part of this deal. We just got to shoot another song. We got to make two more music videos. And what I'm saying, he's like, I'm gonna give you 10%. I'm gonna give you 120,000. Just for joining and being along and saying handling everything we need. I'm like, wow. damn, 6 figures, like, just for hanging out. And just, it's my dream to be in the music industry and seeing this. And I'm like, whoa. So I'm just like caught up. And then
He fed him a story. He's
a
drowned
few
him.
days later, Polight's like, yo, you know what? Like, we really grinding. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like your vibe, your energy. I'm gonna give you 15% or something. He's like, I'm gonna give you 150,000. You just rock with us. I may need a little investment. Like, I may need just a little bit, but it's nothing. It's nothing. Like, you're gonna make so much money back in return. She's like, I just need about $3,000, and I'm like, oh, okay, like that's cool. Like, in the back of my mind, we still haven't got the condo. We still haven't even looked at any condos. And I'm thinking, damn, like I'm spending all this money, but like I'm out here, I'm spending money to like, will I have enough money for the condo? So I'm saying, like, let's not pass out on this opportunity. Let's not pass out on this opportunity. So I gave him $3,000, and he's like, oh, we're gonna buy a strip club for the night. I'm gonna pay for the strip club. We're gonna shoot the music video. Da 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 da. And I'm thinking, all right, like, cool, like, for sure. Now. So, and then a couple weeks later, he's like, "Yo, da 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 da. We're doing big business. It's gonna be big. I need $2 more $1,000.
What
so
the
$5
hell?
grand, that's it. That's it. $5 grand, and you're gonna make $150,000 back." And I'm thinking, I'm in too deep now at this point. So,
Oh yeah, you is.
and he's like, I'm gonna get you to $250,000. He told me this while I'm sitting. He's like, I'm gonna get you to $250,000. You know what I'm saying? 250,000. That's my goal for you. So in the back of my mind, it's like, yo, don't ruin this opportunity with your master teacher who's trying to get you to 250,000. You know what I'm saying? He's like, that money you started off with from your father's insurance, life insurance, you're gonna make back that twice and more in return. I'm thinking, damn. All right. So we hit that $5,000 budget. And I'm gonna tell you how we hit that $5,000 budget. But it just so happens he needed $2 more $1,000 a couple weeks later, so $7,000 budget.
God
Ended up
damn.
being I had to buy Nina's clothes, thousands of dollars worth of Nina's clothes. Every time Nina went out, literally every time Nina went out, she had to have a new outfit. Had to, and she spent hours buying it, and it kept pissing Polight off because he had kept
Go get your cookies and
missed
cereal.
events. And we show up to the event, and it's already over, and Nina's all dressed up. I'm not saying she's
Who the hell is
she's
Nina?
dressed in slutty, like literally dressed in slutty, and I'm paying for the whole thing. It's like save your receipts. That's invest in save your receipts, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm paying for all her clothes, and her clothes are just piling up, shoes, heels, this and that, and I didn't realize at the time I was paying for all the studio time. I didn't realize I was paying for the engineer. I didn't realize I was paying for Loaded Lux. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize I was paying for King's Losis studio because Polight invited them to get a track with Nina. And I didn't realize. And then while at the studio, he would have me. He's like, "Yo, G, can you run at the ATM and withdraw as much as you can?" And I'm like, "I can only pull out $500 like for a day." He's like, "All right, pull that out." And he would have me go to downtown LA or someplace sketchy in the middle of the night because they're recording in the studio all night. And I have to, bums, fucking weirdos, drug addicts, I'm having to pull out $500 in cash by myself in the middle of the night, like in LA and Hollywood. Like, and I get back to this, I'm like, I can't do that, man. Like, I can't do that. Like, he's like, all right, G. Yeah, all right. So, that was the whole, and apparently later, Nina didn't even know about that he was cutting me on the deal. And there was an argument about him and her over the money. And then they got in an argument. Remember, I told you he flipped out. They had an argument over who should have more camera time. I'm not joking. Like, literally, like, they were so high on their egotistical attention thing. They were fighting over who should have more camera time. While
they was fighting over who get more camera time. Polight and his wife like, "Niggas, I'm gonna get more camera time." She's like, "No, I'm supposed to be on the camera in the video." They arguing. Polight is psycho.
Like, and I'm thinking, I didn't say nothing. We still got some time?
24 minutes.
24 minutes. All right. One last thing. I paid one time. Polight called me up, and at 2:00 in the morning. He already had the car. They took the car, and he called me up, and he's like, "Yo, G, you got a place I can stay? The hotel didn't work out for me and Nina. Can we stay at the Airbnb right now?" And I'm thinking, fuck, like, I guess I could just like kind of like clean up my room and let them stay and I'll sleep on the couch. And then I realized there was another extra room in the Airbnb, but the owners it was already late. And I'm thinking, damn, this is so disrespectful and such a risk, but I'm gonna have to take it because this is my master teacher. So
master teacher, huh?
I got a place for you to stay. I got a place for you to stay tonight. So he comes in late at night with Nina. I say, hey, you can stay in this room. In the morning, I text the owner. I'm saying, hey, yo, like, I apologize. I know I shouldn't have done this, but my mentor, he needed a place. They were like, you what? You what? Oh my God. You know, we were going to, you should have got kicked out last night because someone was supposed to show up at the exact same time, but you're lucky that they didn't show up. They missed the flight. And I had to like, I paid for the room. I paid for it. I'm like, and then I'm telling like Polight, I'm getting low on money. Can you reimburse me? And then Polight's like, oh, you know, something about your trust needs to be upgraded. And I'm like, all right, just put it towards the trust, man. Like, you know, put it towards the trust. And so I paid for his room. I looked out for him. I took that risk just so he had a place to stay. And I'm thinking, he's like, oh, bro, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that. I could have found a place to stay. I'm thinking like, well, then why would you call me if, you know what I'm saying? So I really, really looked out for him. And he kept saying I had to pay more money for the trust because he didn't realize how much money I was going to be making. So I had to keep paying more money to upgrade the trust because
that nigga said he got to pay more money to upgrade the trust. To upgrade a trust?
I'm going to be making so much more money. So that's all the time I got now. And so that's part 2. I got it. You know what I'm saying? That's part.
And we're going to leave it right here, and I'm going to get to the other part 2 tomorrow.
Now we're going to get to part 2 of all this madness. Where have we been?
Really trusted this dude with all my heart. And so as soon as I got paid, I hit him up for the mentorship. And, you know, immediately, since I live in Hawaii, the banks are the same. Immediately, I was sending them money.
I got your channel. I
wasn't sending him money directly.
You got to make your own videos.
Other people. And because I had to send him money so often, we ended up kind of talking and being cool. And then he offered for me to come to LA to buy a condo and to rent that out. So I trusted him, you know, and I went to LA. And it ended up being a really, was a lot, you know, meeting.
Well, now, mind you, Polight said he don't know him. Never seen him, never been around him, don't know him. Now look.
My master teacher.
Peace to the family. Hope this is making sense. Oh, peace to the family. Yeah, word. So we out here about to talk to you about cryptocurrency, insurance, and so forth and so on. And I'm one of my mentees. What happened, baby? Are we now doing our video? We're doing several. We just got off of Facebook. Now we doing YouTube. I ain't have my YouTube woman here, so I had to level up. It'd have been a beautiful thing for you to be here, so you could do this YouTube, so then I can get on Instagram. I told you what I was doing. I told you we was over by the Grove section first, doing our thing, by where ballet is before everything opened up. Put peace to the family. Hold us real quick. Deal with them about crypto real quick. Coming right now. Yo.
No, I see them. I see them.
Crypto
I see them
on YouTube.
But he don't know the nigga, but he just gave the nigga Crypto Roots his phone. And look at the car that Crypto Roots paid for. They never even got to drive in the background. That's the exotic vehicle that the brother bought back here. This is it.
Follow me, Crypto Roots on YouTube, and we want to talk about the era of decentralization, the Web 3.0, ownership of all your data, monetizing your data, and just being fully aware, being an early adopter, understanding the fundamentals of cryptocurrency, and understanding that Bitcoin is the new standard world currency. And you want to accumulate as much as you can in the early days so that you profit the most. It's the same thing when people were having 2,000 Bitcoin back when it started, just to watch an online video. It cost 2,500 Bitcoin. Just so happens that the market goes.
So y'all seen that the brother Polight just told y'all flat out lie. He said he didn't know the brother, but standing right there with the brother. That's some slimy snake shit. If I ain't never seen it, you know what I'm saying? That's some slimy snake shit. You know what I mean? So we're gonna get right back into the second video that we had lined up for you guys.
They were like,
we did have a video lined up, the part 2, Surviving Polight. Make sure y'all drop some fire emojis. So we just want to point out the contradictions. Like I said, this video on Surviving Polight is pretty much giving your own.
Are hating on me, people who are saying I'm stupid, I'm dumb. Like, those are thoughts that already were eating me alive. Like, how could you do this? Like, how? So to try to throw, it's already done. Like, you haven't even heard the full story yet. You know what I'm saying? So you don't even know like what's happening. And so yeah, I made a mistake and I take full responsibility, and I've made different decisions, and you know what I'm saying? So, and I don't continue to, I'm not trying to milk this out whatsoever. There's just things I need to get off my chest, get off my mind, and then I'm done. Like, I'm back to the crypto, I'm back hustling, crypto grinding, and it is what it is. So now I just got a bunch of things. I can't sleep. Like, this shit is just is killing me. So whenever I was sending money to Polight, he was like, yo, send me a pic, send me proof, like send me a pic that you just sent it. So I'm always literally taking pics. Oh, by the way, all receipts. Just these alone, this one right here, I mean, literally, just Western Union, show them the Western Union. I'm not even in the names. Western Union. All just endless amounts of receipts. I didn't even want to pull them out because it's windy up here.
Let's get these likes up, fam. Let's get these likes up. We got 66 in the chat. Let's get the likes up, man. Let's get right into it. Sorry about the audio being so low, but let's continue.
And you know what I'm saying? I don't got time to show the names. I don't got time to show the amounts or the dates. It's all right here. Like, it's all right here. Western Union, you know what I'm saying? All there. Facts. And that Polight's got all the texts because I sent this money down. So with that being said, he's always having me to send him proof. But when it comes to him sending me checks, I can never get a picture. I can never, and then apparently that check got lost in the mail. That was the first check. It was for $2,000 for basketball tickets. I'm gonna get into that later.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, yo, man, like.
And mind you, this guy is a good guy, man. He's just a typical guy. I've seen people like this. There's people that donate to my channel that's like this. You know what I mean? That's just a good guy. I would never take advantage of someone like this. To see somebody to take advantage of a good guy like that to the point where they stress them and scam them to over 150,000, stress this guy to death, literally. Like, his guy was stressed out so much trying to get his money from Polight, he died of an asthma / heart attack, and it's very sad. His brother never got justice nor received any payment back that he invested into Polight's fake business. So, man, rest in peace to Crypto Roots. Let's let him continue to expose Polight for the scammer he is.
It's not coming up in the mail. Can you please get a tracking number for me? He's like, all right. I'm gonna do that. And this is why I'm driving him and Amanette around. And you know, so that was. I didn't piece everything together because I trusted this man. I really feel like he would not allow another man to drive and
Yeah, the
spend
brother
time around
passed
his
away like a couple
family,
months ago. You know what I mean?
and
Stressed
not
out,
look
trying to
out
get
for
his money
him
from Polight and
like a
stuff. So
brother that
yeah,
he
this
called
brother
me.
passed away a
You know what
couple
I'm
months
saying?
ago, a few
I'm
months
not
ago.
saying nothing that didn't happen. This is the absolute truth. So now, the way now, as far as allegations and as far as other people coming out,
See, I shared
what
the live
Polight
stream.
does
Sorry.
is he switches in and out of.
See, I
So
shared the live stream.
now, as far as allegations and as far as other people coming out, what Polight does is he switches in and out of personality modes. I come to find out this dude's a fucking sociopath. Like, I'll get into that later. Now, he has a certain aggression to him. I don't know if you've seen, and got this kind of like, and then he'll be like, "Oh, spiritual master." So whenever I mentioned something or let him like brought it up, he would be like, "I already told you, G. I already told you. We already discussed it." And I'm like, "I'm not quite sure. Like, I wouldn't be asking you if I was sure, because there's so many different things now. I'm balancing all these different things in these investments." And so I felt almost intimidated to confront him while I was with him. And he has this thing with you've seen this video. I don't have any doubters around me. I don't surround myself with doubters. I don't surround myself with doubters. So this is, and I'm like, damn, man, like, I'm not trying to doubt you. Like, he would bring that up. Like, I don't even need you. I don't need you around me. Why, you just, and I'm like, bro, I'm not trying. We got to talk.
That nigga Polight using reverse psychology on him. I mean, making it seem like he the one doing something wrong. Knowing that dude is a fan, he's in all of Polight.
Man,
You know what I mean? That's weird.
Doubt you, bro, but like, I need
Polight is a fucking sicko.
I need something. So not until later I realized that was a ploy to keep himself safe. Is by like letting people know I don't keep doubters around me. I don't keep people who doubt me. So I felt at first like, damn, like, I'm not trying to doubt this dude. I'm not trying to second. You know what I'm saying? So that I felt was an intimidation technique to get me to kind of like back off. You know what I'm saying? Of asking him, where's my money? You know what I'm saying? So he trusted me because I never said anything and I minded my own business. So he started having more personal conversations around me and more personal things. And because I act like it didn't exist, I just shut up and drove. So during one of his conversations with someone, I'm not sure who it was, he's going back into his history about being in the Crips, being a Crip superior and the gangs, and he's still claiming Crip. Like,
man, that nigga done scared this dude of the hell. Fight it on damn Crip.
Motherfucker, the Crips don't know him.
Crip. That's fake. He done scared this poor boy to just giving up all his money, man. This is sad. He literally scammed his brother to death. Rest in peace, Crypto Roots. But like, you scammed this brother to death, bro. You got to pay for this.
And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm sitting in the car, like, this dude's still claiming Crip, like, and I guess, all right, like, I'm like, hasn't he grown through enough success and spiritually to like kind of like leave that all behind?
What you said on Monty Bay, I agree with that, brother.
And he told me, oh, the only people I still love in life are gangbangers, but I can't surround myself with them. And I'm like, I get that. And then I hear him still claiming low, like, and I'm like, damn, like, why? I don't want to be surrounded or attached in any way to someone who's claiming any type of gang like affiliation whatsoever, whether he does it publicly or behind the scenes. I don't want nothing to do with it if he's still claiming low, like, and that was that was like a big.
But ain't nobody claiming him.
Still keeping it real, like he's just but like, and I'm thinking, Polight's just got this nigga side every now and then, just behind camera. He's just got this nigga side. I guess
ain't nobody claiming him.
Ain't bringing Hennessy, drinking, weed, smoking, pork rye, eating Crip.
Hello. And the Crips ain't even claiming him.
Sad.
He just doesn't really show on camera that much, or at all. Now, sorry, let me get a sip of water.
Shut the live stream, y'all. Shut the live stream. Appreciate you, Long. Need more.
Me and Aminette started being cool.
Love me more.
I was driving
Appreciate
her
the
around.
sub.
She was
Hit
pregnant.
the like button.
And I'm not cool. Now, throughout this whole experience, me and Aminette started being cool. I was driving her around. She was pregnant. And I'm not going to lie, I really felt a genuine connection like friendship connection with Amanette. Like I felt that she cared for me.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, and you know, so Amanette's texting me, Polight's texting me. It's on the regular now. And sometimes Polight's calling me from her phone. Sometimes she's calling my phone to get a hold of Polight. So I feel at this point, in some ways, it's safe enough to just kind of express myself to Amanette. And there were several times where I kind of hinted at me feeling uncomfortable, or they were about to go out to dinner. I had to drop off some money, and they could see that I'm really uncomfortable. They could see it was eating me alive. And Polight's like, yo, don't be bringing no stress around my wife. She's conceiving. Don't bring stress around my
She's conceived
wife.
already.
He got aggressive, and then at first, and then he's like, yo, I'm just worried about my wife. I'm worried about the well-being of my child, and I just don't want her stressing. She cares about you, bro. She really cares about you, and I just don't want her stressing. So just don't bring any type of stress to Amanette about anything.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, at the end of the day, dude ain't even a violent guy. So even if it came down to violence, he would avoid it. He just wanted his money. He really looked up to Polight.
That's that
You feel what I'm
bullshit.
saying? And he thought Polight was a genuine dude, his master teacher. He was gonna let him tutor him, put him up under his wings, teach him things. And dude was a total scam. That's like he actually died of a heart attack and an asthma attack.
Yo, what's up? And she literally asked me, yo, you think he likes you? He kind of sounds like he actually like likes you, like more than just like. And I'm like, nah, no way, bro. He's got like 3 wives, no way. She was just like, all right, I guess, you know. And I was like, and in the back of my mind, I'm thinking like, damn, I'm kind of feeling like the submissive person in this whole situation.
You think?
So I had to. Money issues got tight and things, so I had to hit up my ex in Maui because I still have good relationships with my ex-girlfriend.
Not
and
this
so
one.
I hit her up and I let her know what was going on, and you know, brother Polight, and I'm out.
X
you know,
means
LA,
X for a
like,
reason.
oh, I missed you. I hope you're
Yeah,
doing
support
well.
the channel too, man. Shout out to Mike in the chat. Support the channel. I'm gonna pin the cash out link, man. Support the channel. Let's go.
I let her know what was going on. She was like, what you gave? And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I'm working on getting the trust and purchasing the condo. And I told her like what was happening and how Polight was like going off and yelling at me and then apologizing, being nice. And she asked me like, he sounds like he likes you. Like actually like really likes you.
Remember he kept saying, I don't keep dudes around me, G. I don't got dudes around me, G. I only gonna let you around me, G. He treated them like how he do his women. Polight actually was allegedly, possibly fallen in love and actually had a crush on this guy. And he thought this guy did too. Listen.
Oh Lord.
Guys and being nice. And she asked me like, he sounds like he likes you. Like actually like really likes you. And I'm like, you're the second woman that said that. I'm like, nah, no way.
He's just a nice guy. You feel me? He looked up to somebody. And I can understand that. Cause there's people that hit me up on the same type time, but I would never take advantage of them. I let them know I'm just a regular guy. You feel me? I ain't nothing special. You feel me? We all special together. You feel me?
Because as I'm ready to break up with another woman, you come in. And I'm thinking, he's like, I'm not gonna fight it or what the universe, but there's a reason you came into my life.
What?
Like want to have sex with him on some
shit.
On some real rap type shit, man. I done heard it all. Run, Crypto. He was
I done heard it all.
And I'm just sitting there just like humble, like just or whatever, just I appreciate it. And so he would constantly tell me, like, I don't hang around with dudes. And when he got angry at me and I would like try to speak up, he'd be like, bruh, that I ain't homosexual. And you texting me too much. And he would bring, and then after I left to Mexico, he was just like,
I want my money back. Polite, da da da. Oh, you acting emotional. You acting emotional, bro. You acting emotional. And I'm like, bro, I don't. I want my money. I'm confused. Like, oh, and I'm like, how's being confused emotion? Oh, it's an emotion. So he kept saying I'm an emotional, bro. It's like I did your natal, like he did my astrology and shit, and he's just like, you're emotional, or he would call me acting homosexual by trying to confront him and trying to talk and trying to fight back. And I'm thinking it got so bad. I'm thinking in my head, like, why would you stay in touch with someone? Because he's still hitting me up. He still wants to do business. Like I haven't talked about the condo yet and how that shit went down. I haven't talked about the crypto course yet. You know what I'm saying? That's still a whole nother thing. So this is after I'm in Mexico. I'm trying to get my money back. I'm texting Polite, and there's a difference. Like he could have just ignored my calls and just been, but he actually would call me and promise me money, check me in, and say, all right, you all right, G, and and just like when I'm ready to give up, when I'm ready to die, he still gives me hope. Like I'm about to get my money back. Like, oh, it's all. I got another check on the way, and he'll present another opportunity. So we'll get into the crypto course later. So that got me so angry that he would hint that I'm being homosexual, or trying to be homosexual to him, and I had to beat him every time. I had to beat him, like literally, no homo. Like I want my money back. I want to leave you alone. I don't want to talk with you. I just want to cut ties with you peacefully. I said I want to fight, bro. I don't want to fight. I just want to cut ties. I just want my bread back. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a great experience. This mentorship really was a very devastating experience. I didn't learn much. I have no proof of anything. And so I had to beat him to the punch so much that Polite was like, yo, I ain't on that kind of vibe with you no more, G. Because I kept saying no homo, and I paused after everything. And I haven't told you about the Texas trip. So I haven't told you about the condo experience, what that happened. I haven't told you about the crypto course and how that all went down, the real shit behind that. And I haven't told you about the Texas trip. But 3 different women asked me personally, asked me sincerely, do you think Polite is actually into you? And I got to a point where I'm like, even he may not know that. He may not even know that he's that, but he's actually telling me, calling me, checking in on me, trying to promise me to send me money, and you know what I'm saying, keep saying no homo. And I had at this point, I'm like, yo, if you got to play a bitch role, play a bitch role. And I got angry. And I'm like, fuck Polite. I'll just submit. And he's like, submit. And I'm like, fuck.
Oh,
this dude
shit.
is on a whole nother level. He's
what does that mean?
Like one of his wives or something, but less than his wife because I'm a man. But still telling me about all the problems he's dealing with his wives, personally alone. Sorry, man. I'm kind of off. I smoke a little weed. All right. All right, so 1 second. This shit's deep, yo. So the condo thing. Now, like I said, I came out to LA because he said buy a condo. Fast forward through everything. Ra'et's bugging him about the condo because she's supposed to be my co-signer. And he's like, Ra'et, don't worry about it. Ra'et makes $10K a month. As long as they see that, you're good. I was like, I don't have work history, bro. Like, I don't have the bank statements to back that up. Like, and he's like, oh, Ra'et has that. She has that. And come to find out, he's like, we're going to lease an apartment. I had to go and find out that he's like, yo, see how much they cost for a lease. He mentioned nothing about a lease. I'm like, wow. Like, if I would have known, if he said, yo, would you like to lease an apartment in LA? I probably would have said, no, I'm good. I'd rather go to Asia or do my thing. But the fact that he said buy a condo, I'm thinking trust, like actually own my first real estate property and like make money, you know what I'm saying? That's the motivation. But now I come to find out where I actually have to go and look at the condos by myself at first because he said he would come along with me. That we're leasing.
Yeah, that nigga named Gay Man Polite. So y'all heard the shit that Polite is doing to him? Now, mind you, he's doing this with no regard, no regret, no disdain or nothing. No remorse. What?
I'm telling virtual real estate, and then he was just like, "Wow, gee, like blown away." He's like, I knew something like that was around the corner, and so the story gets thicker is because I ended up paying $500 for a deposit for that application fee.
Mind you, paid $17,000 for the condo already.
God,
he's finally
damn.
just now getting the lease for 5 months down the line. I'm gonna give y'all a touch up. When after he signed this lease and send it off, he's not signing the condo lease for him to own it and to rent it off as an Airbnb. He put it in his name and pay for it so Polight's family can move in. He lied to him. They was never going to rent it out for a Airbnb.
Exactly.
Polite family was going to move into the condo this nigga paid for.
They done been to a lot of houses.
Raet was the primary. I was the co-signer. Now, the whole purpose of me getting the property was to rent it out through Airbnbs, and she was going to be the property manager. I come to find out through his daughter accidentally that they were going to live in the condo. I found out. So when I met Polight, he didn't want to tell me or show me where he lives. And he kept saying, "Oh, I bought my wife a house. I'm thinking Polight's got a big house. I've seen his houses on the live streams. I'm thinking like, okay, I respect that. He doesn't want another man around his wives. Or I get it. And I come to find out after us being cool, they're living in some just average hotel, like.
Yep, that was confirmed before.
It's nothing fancy, nothing. It's just
that was confirmed.
And about him and all his family. And I'm thinking, oh yeah, I mean, who knows what this guy is? He's busy, he's traveling. It's nothing. But I remember his wife. He said his wives want you over for dinner. He's like, my wives want you over for dinner, or something like that, and whatever, right? But he didn't want to show me or tell me where he lived. He's like, no, we don't do that. We don't invite. Like, he's telling me I'm his brother, but he's also telling his wives are like, just have McCoy come over. Just help him out. Just have McCoy, like, and he's like, no, we don't do that. We don't do that. Yo, meet me on the corner here. Meet me on the corner there. And it's just so obvious, like, I could see where they're coming out from. So I come to find out that my aunt, Victoria, was going to give my aunt like a dog or her dog or something like that. And my aunt couldn't have a dog in the hotel. So she's like, I can't, as soon as we get into I'm playing soccer with my aunt. And she's like, as soon as we get into a new place, the new place, my dad said I can have a dog. And I remember going into the hotel with him and his family. It's the second time. And they were like, yo, can we get pet friendly? Can we make sure?
You hear them? They all hyped up the whole preparing for Polight's whole lifestyle for damn near a year. We got 218 in the chat. I really ask you guys, the 218, and go hit the like button right now. We only got 110 likes. Let's get these likes up, y'all, so we can continue this video. Go run and smash that like button. Hey, let me shout out Sister Soul for the Cash App donation. I appreciate that, Sister Soul. I definitely appreciate all the support.
To Jessica Casey, which is Raet. That's her name. That's her real name, Jessica Casey, Raet. And I'm thinking, I come later find out, like, yo, did this fool just steal more of my money? Like, did they just? And then I hit up Polight because this is all chronological. So many things are happening. And Polight, I'm like angry. Like, did you steal my check? Like, that I paid for, that you told me that I would get approved, that I got denied, and now you're taking my check. Nah, G, I would never. I'm gonna get Raet on the phone right now. And he calls Raet, and they were like, yo, I don't know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know nothing about how much phone.
It's 27 minutes.
Right. I know nothing about that. And so he's like, I'm gonna send Raet to go get it done. And every time he told me he got it done, I hit up the legacy. They were like, no, we haven't got it done. We haven't received anything. This is what you need to do. So it finds out both of our names on the check. So she can't deposit it, and I can't deposit it. And I'm thinking, yo, just deposit it, Raet, and then cash out me the money back. And she's like, all right, Polight. She's like, all right, no.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know. He Michael Noak, short for his full name. Polight's real name is Michael Novak. His name is Michael Novak. So
Noak. Noak. N-O-A-K.
We'll get it done, bro. I'll get it done, G. Fast forward later, he confirmed that he got it done. Confirmed it. I said, yo, I'm gonna hit him up later. They hit me up and said, we told you for the third time we haven't received anything from them. And I absolutely lose my shit. So that's one. I'm gonna try to squeeze this in. Now, if you look through his Instagram, Nina Raet, he went to a Floyd Mayweather party in Hollywood. Now, what really kills me, what really, really fucking kills me inside is that I paid for his clothes for that night.
Wow.
He said it's an investment because the bank sees like, yo, that's an investment. So he
Yeah, y'all. The guy that's speaking
Wow.
actually passed away a couple months ago and never
Wow.
received a penny back from Polight. And he pretty much stressed himself to death, you know.
had me go to
Rest in peace, Farouk.
Rodeo Drive.
Mm-mm.
He had me pay for the polo shirt. Look at that polo shirt. He had me. And then I picked him up, and we drove him to the Beverly Center. He got out.
He said, go look at what's going on with Polight at the Mayweather party. He said everything he had going on, he paid for.
Went to the Tommy
Wow.
Hilfiger store. He's like, yo, when you're famous, you don't. The more you make, the less you pay. And he's like, I chose all my clothes from my phone, and he had people pick them out. It's all ready to go. It's like, but it's like, yo, use your debit card. That's an investment. And then, so I'm with Polight down the Beverly Center. And he's giving me the spiel about how being a celebrity in Hollywood is, and how he's like, great. He's almost a grade A celebrity, and da 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 da.
Yeah.
He gets paid to get those photo shoots of him and Louis Vuitton, and you know what I'm saying? And I'm paying, and then we go to the Louis Vuitton store, and I buy him Louis Vuitton sandals. And
Oh,
I
Lordy.
receipts, G, all that. And in my heart, like, I would never ever pay for this shit. Like, I would never pay for this shit. I would never pay for this shit. And so fast forward, I drive him and his family to the hotel. I mean, to the Floyd Mayweather party. And as I get out, he's all dressed in his nice clothes. I drop the girls off, the women off, and I make sure I'm shit started getting. So I pulled out cash for me to save because I'm like, yo, this is getting.
This part about to be the saddest part because he pulled out some money, like $100 so he can save, because his money getting gone. Polight eating it away. He see it, so he want to have at least something, a couple $100 to fall back on. At least have something for emergency. Now listen to this.
Rough, bro. You need to
Hey,
start
Mr.
saving something for
Peace.
yourself, bro. And I make sure I'm shit started getting. So I pulled out cash for me to save because I'm like, yo, this is getting rough, bro. You need to start saving something for yourself, bro. You need to, because this, like, you need, like, I'm ready to, like, you know, call it quits. So I stash money on the side. And I'm like, yo, like, if my bank account's draining, like, this dude says he got me, nothing's showing up. And I get out the car, and he's got the white BMW, and he's like, yo, G, you got some cash on you? You got some cash on you? And I'm like, out in front of everyone, I have to open the door. I'm like, fuck, and it killed me because I went against my own judgment. And everybody's like right there, and I go and open my suitcase. I have to go dig, and I dig, and I pull out my cash that I saved for myself, man. And I handed it to Polight, man.
Damn.
$300 or $400.
Last little bit of money he saved. Listen.
Damn.
And he hands it to the valet driver.
He gave his last little bit of money to the fucking valet driver.
God damn.
I would have flipped. I would have fucked Polight up.
And I pull out my cash that I saved for
Being
myself,
a female would have been a fight.
and I handed it to Polight, man. It's like $300 or $400, and he hands it to the valet driver to park his car,
Look at him.
and then heads into the club.
Look at him.
I drive down the street. I ended up falling asleep in the car.
Poor baby.
He calls me like an hour and a half later. He's like, all right, G, we done. Come pick my wives up. And I'm thinking, damn, it was like only an hour. Like, I paid for his clothes. I went to Rodeo Drive. I went to the Beverly Center, the Louis Vuitton store. Like, I spent, I don't even know how much, like couple G, like
What?
$1,500 to $2,000 or something like that.
What are you talking
And
about?
I had to drop him off within an hour.
I know you got a mouth.
And I come to see his photos, and I'm like, yo, like, I paid for all that shit that he's wearing, you know? And he's taking pictures with Floyd, and he told me he's getting paid to have Ralph Lauren and Louis Vuitton. He told me that he got money from Louis Vuitton.
They would have bought him. They would have gave him the clothes too,
a few
baby.
years ago, and he came back up in the game.
That nigga said Louis Vuitton gave him some money a couple years ago when he was broke. Nigga, stop lying.
Oh my God.
Louis don't know your broke ass, scamming ass.
Hell no.
You know what I'm saying? And he also called me. So when we started the mentorship, he's like, I know what it is to have your money dwindle away. It happened to me 3 or 4 times. I'm gonna make sure that never happens to you. That is part 3, man. That's part 3. Aloha, YouTube. This is Crypto Roots.
So yeah, he about to get into the next part of it, man. So like button. Make sure y'all throw up some videos. Make sure y'all thumb up the video. Excuse me. Hit the like button and please share this around to all your social media outlets. We almost hit the goal of 200 likes. So if we can get
bro, I already gave him my bread. Now, you know what I'm saying? You know, so I'm like $1,000 here, okay, $1,000 there. And of course, this is all for the tax things, hotels, and everything. And come to find out later, those $1,000 were for the rental BMW rental car, the IA. I didn't even know until way after that cost $1,000 a day. It didn't click. And the guy, after I went to Mexico, I hit up the one dude who was looking out for me after I broke down was the dude he was renting the cars from, and he was the only one to really like have my back and be like, yo, this is not the first time this happens with to people who've done Polight like that. He said it happened to his boy Yada. He said Polight got his boy Yada arrested over these rental cars because Yada paid Polight the money, but Polight didn't pay the guy he rent the cars from. So the guy he got rent the car from ended up calling the police and got Yada arrested. Find out later that Yada paid Polight. So I'm thinking, whoa, like Polight just did his boy, like wow, like I'm in deep now. Like I got scammed. And this is shocking. So I had to get that out of the way. So one time, Polight was like, yo, cash out Nina, $300 right now. And I'm like,
hell to the no.
He's like, come on, G, you know, da. Already gave up the bread.
Hell no.
Cash out Nina. And then he's like, yo, I sent the money. I'm like, yo, I just sent the money. He's like, Nina hasn't got the money. And I'm like, yo, I sent the money. He's like, when we're kind of like going back and forth. And I'm like, yo, like, what's her cash app? Tell me Nina's cash app. And Nina sent me and it was like, it was 1A off. Nina had left her phone in Vegas. And she got a new phone in LA and ended up making the same cash out, but added extra A to her name for Nina, and didn't tell Polight, didn't tell nobody. So I sent $300 to her old cash app, and cash app is irreversible. Like I called my bank and everything, like, nope, it's done. And I'm called Polight. Polight's like, what? And he got upset with like Nina and just like da. And I'm like, yo, Polight, I can't just like waste $300 like that, like off he's like, no, you did. He's like, her phone is at the office, at the Luxor, and let me get some water. At the Luxor, and she's still gonna get a hold of it, and don't worry about it. G, it's part of the investment. It's part of the music budget. So you don't worry, you'll get that back. And never got it back to this day. So I had to get that out of the way. That there's this $300 cash out to Nina that just like that just disappeared, burned $300. And also randomly he was like, yo, I need you to purchase a ticket. I need you to purchase a plane ticket for Nina's mom. And I'm like, what for?
Yeah, they all in it together.
For the 1.2
That's
million.
what they do.
I'm going for it. And I just want to bring Nina's mom out here to see what she's doing, and see, you know what I'm saying, meet her and introduce her. Can you buy the ticket today?
Hell no.
Overnight. And I'm like,
hell to the no.
Like, come on, G, I'm pushing. You about to get 150,000. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's nothing. I'm like, this is like over the budget, and you know what I'm saying? And he's just like, G, I need you to get this done. And so I bought Nina's mom's plane ticket.
Shit.
And yeah, Nina's mom comes out literally the next day. I'm having to pick her up, having to drive them around and whatnot. So yeah, had to pay for Nina's mom's plane ticket overnight on the fly, right when Polight asked. And he was like, he would say that I'm going for it now. I'm going for it. He would just go in and out of going for the 1.2 million deal and just like randomly kind of like reinforce it when he needed pay for shit. And another thing that threw me off, and when I first met him, he told me about the Nina deal, stepping away, and overheard a conversation. And that's where I met his other mentee, and who we started sleeping in the car. And like, I thought that was his bodyguard. and everything. I don't know what was going on. And I'm like, oh, so you're the dude I've been sending money to. It's like, oh, you're the dude I've been getting money from. I'm like, so we're like, oh, what's up, brother? What's up, brother? And we kicked it. We hit it off right away. And we're still cool. And yeah, Polight did him real dirty too. So you may hear his story from himself. Now, I overheard Polight saying that he paid.
Hey, this is a critical part that I want y'all to listen to right here. What we're about to get into. But I'm gonna need 292 that's in the chat to get the likes up to 200 likes. Let's get up to 200 likes. All we need is 50 more people to hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? Go smash.
Older daughter that I sent the money to. Damn. So that shit kind of just stuck in the back of my mind.
Likes. All we need is 50 more people to hit the like. Which ain't nothing wrong with something weird. But this nigga eating pork rinds though, eating pork skins. You understand me? There's a big thing wrong with that.
I chose not to believe that was right there, right in front of my face, because I chose to. I don't know. And so that threw me off. Like, I'm just not in that world of paying for. I was like, damn, you can't get more any superficial or LA or Hollywood than that shit. And he overheard him say he paid $6,000 for Victoria's breast. I'm like, damn. So that shit kind of just stuck in the back of my mind. Also, he lied to me about paying realtor fees. He was like, yo, G, out of nowhere, yo, G, I need you to send $500 to this person on Cash App. I need you to cash out $500 to my real estate agent for doing all the work and looking at all the different condos. And
Damn.
come to find out later, it was his older daughter that I sent the money to. Now, let's get into that. I think her name is Tazani. I don't know how to spell her name. I've seen her a few times.
Hey, did I just see the brother Star in the building? I thought I seen the brother Star in the chat. Pop in and pop out, man. If you see me, put my email in the chat, moderators. You can definitely get a hold of me. I'll definitely tap in with the brother. I thought I seen the brother Star in the chat.
Yeah,
But let's
he
continue.
did pop in.
I've seen her a few times on back, on his old videos. And so one day he's like, yo, G, can you pick me up? I pick him up, drive him around. He's like, go here, go there, go here. Send me the address. Go here. So we pull up to this restaurant, and we're sitting outside for a while. And it's just silence in the car. Polight's not talking. He's not. I just know. Get the vibe like he's just not in a talking mood right now. And he knows I never even try to initiate conversations, so that's why he keeps me around, or kept me around. So the car opens and this woman comes in the car, and I'm like, oh, okay, that must be his older daughter. And then immediately she just starts fucking yapping, talking. Like I'm like, whoa, like this energy just totally switched up in this car. And so we're like driving away, and she's just nonstop gossiping and talking. Polight's just like silent. I'm silent. She's nonstop fucking talking. And I'm thinking, wow, this is awkward. And so I drive apparently to her apartment, park outside. She goes upstairs, and she comes back down, and she is dressed in some. She's dressed like she's about to go on a date. High heels, all tight shit, and ready to go out. Like, and I didn't realize what I guess this is. They want to go out on it, and so I'm just thinking like, wow, like you're dressed like that to go out with that. In the back of my head, I never said nothing, and immediately I got the vibe. So, and then she switched up. She was like, da-da-da-da, and brought up money to Polight. And then Polight's like, let's not talk about that right now. I already told you the deal. And then she's like, so what? Like, I already brought it up. Let's talk about it. And then she just went off. Like, you told me about this, and you said you're gonna give me this kind of money, and da-da-da-da. She starts flipping on Polight. And Polight's like, I don't know how you don't realize how disrespectful you sound right now. And she's just like rude to him. And then I was like, whoa, like this is awkward. Like this is a really awkward car ride right now. And she was like talking to Polight as if he was a boyfriend, like as if he was a boyfriend or ex-boyfriend or something. Like the vibe did not at all seem like father and daughter. And I'm not trying to gossip. I'm not trying to bring up.
You were right.
Somebody else told me this too that stayed with Polight. Like, what'd you think about that?
Yeah.
What'd you think about it? Were you around that? I'm like, yeah. It's like, what kind of vibe did you get? And I'm like, that was a little bit more than a little father and daughter.
Yeah.
Like that seemed like actual like some like just way more than father and daughter. You know, especially the way she was dressed and the way she was talking to him, and just and just really obviously going off of disrespect in front of his mentee. So that was awkward. That was awkward. Now, let me get into the crypto course and how that all come about. And like I said, I brought up cryptocurrency to Polight out of nowhere, and started spitting game. And he was like, yo, G, like we can make some bread, like we can make some money off this, like we can make some money off this. Like I'm gonna shoot a course. And I'm like, yo, like, yeah, no, and he's like, yo, just follow my lead. I'm gonna show you how to make bread. What I'm saying? I'll hustle courses, you already know that. And just follow my lead. I'm gonna do promotions, I'm gonna do the whole spiel already. And then I'm like, he's like, yo, we're gonna do some live streams. You ready to do live streams? I'm like, yeah, like I'm built for this. This is in me. It's not on me, it's in me. I know crypto. You know what I'm saying? So I was ready. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to show off, but that's when Polight put me on the live streams. And I just spit in game. And then Polight was like, whoa, like based on the feedback people were getting, like he was like, yo, you kind of good. Like you actually kind of comfortable. Like you can actually explain, and you know what I'm saying? Like you actually kind of good at teaching this. And so he put me on another live stream, and I just kept spitting crypto game. And so, and he was like, yo, we about to do this course. And that's when we did, we shot that video in the park with the BMW. I rented, didn't even fucking know. And yeah. Then he's like, yo, one night he's like, yo, I already set up pre-sales for the crypto course. Look how much money I made within the last hour or two. And it was about $600 to almost like $1,000 something within like just him out 3 hours of him posting it. People already paid for the free tickets for the crypto course. And I'm like, wow, it's like that. He's like, yo, so we're gonna open up a bank account together, and I'll be able to
Lordy, that works
from the bank account, like a joint account we open up together. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
All right. So I'm just down. I'm driving him. I'm following his lead. I'm following his lead. So I got eye problems. I got all types of health problems right now. That's why I got to get this out. And so, and nothing happened. Nothing happened. Like, what ended up happening? I'm kidding you not. I'm not lying. I swear I would not lie. Brother Polight played basketball every single day. Every single day. And I was sleeping in the car for like over a month and a half. I was sleeping in the car, sleeping in the park, literally living in the car, driving him, he's playing basketball from like morning till night. Basketball. And the whole time I was ready to do the course. The whole time I'm ready to spit crypto game. The whole time I'm just there. And that's when the car battery thing started kind of happening. And I was like, yo, Polight, can you get this car battery changed? Can you get this car battery changed? He's like, why are you worried about the car battery right now? You should be worried about getting the crypto course. And I'm like, like totally trying to like just check me out of nowhere. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, we need to we're gonna open up a bank account today and da 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 da. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like I'm down. I'm ready. Nothing. Polight ends up playing just basketball. Oh, and I play soccer. So I was playing soccer on my own, just playing and then teaching my soccer, maybe kicking the ball with Aminette, my aunt. He was just like cool, watching me and his wives and daughter play while he played basketball. And sometimes Ed would sit there and watch him play basketball. And it was just kind of like family vibes outdoors. And I didn't want to pressure Polight about my money, about my investments, because he was just quote unquote in recreation mode, and I wanted to be cool, and I didn't want to bring business into his recreation mode. but I'm stinking, you know what I'm saying? Like I need showers, like I need some more money. I got to pay Airbnb. I'm living out his car, but I didn't say nothing to him while he was playing basketball all day, every day. Now, one time I decided to be in a I was in a playful mood, and I decided to just kind of go out of my shell, just to kind of get over things for a bit, and then joke around about playing basketball with Polight. Like, yo, Polight, pass me the ball. Like, can I play? Can I play? Just trying to be like a playful little bro, And it's just like, all right, yeah, G, you can play. And
yeah, that's what it is. Say he never even knew his father. But his father died, he left him $150,000. So what did he do? Go to someone he looked up to as a father figure.
Yep.
I'm like, oh yeah, so I ended up playing a pickup game, and Polight's on the other team, and I'm like, nah, I want to be on the same team with Polight. Like, in fact, I'm a guard Polight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna just have fun going against him in basketball. And I'm terrible. I'm not a good basketball player, and nor did I claim to be, or nor was I trying. You know what I'm saying? I was doing the best I can, and there was a dude on the court who started yelling at me, who was on my team, screaming and just cursing at me like this motherfucker doesn't know how to play. He's like, wait, he just started screaming.
Let's get 5 more likes in the building, you guys. Let's get 5 more likes in the building.
And I knew it was over the top because we're around kids. There's like a children's playground literally right next door, and he's screaming to the top of my lungs, calling me a dumb motherfucker and and screaming at me. And this dude sucks at basketball as well. And like, this dude has no one to be talking. And I realized like this dude is getting kind of emotional, and this dude he's got some other shit, and he's trying to blame me for it. So I chose not to participate in his anger towards me. So I ended up finishing the game. I felt like walking away, and just, but I finished the game, and then I walk away. I'm like, it was a huge mistake for even trying to play basketball. You got ghetto ass niggas coming to Beverly Hills trying to play basketball, street ball, and I just really regretted it. And then I'm walking by after I used the restroom. Polight's like, come back on the court, come back. I'm like, nah, bro. He's like, come on. I'm like, nah, G, nah. And he was just like, all right, whatever, And that was that until a day or two later. When I'm sitting in the park, this is before the manhunt. This is the night before, when I'm sitting in the park for 7 hours. Polight says he's going to help me get a room from one of his Airbnbs. Finally, I
remember the night Polight left him outside at the park. He walked through, and the police shined the light on him, and he jumped in the car. We played it yesterday. But this is what he's talking about now. Is, remember, he said that was the second day when he was sitting in the park and the police came. Now he's describing the first day that he was there at the park. Let's go.
Pay him $250. I get the room for a week. He's like, yo, we're going to shoot the crypto course. We get you this room, and then we're going to fly out to Miami. I want you to come with me to Miami. I got a house out there. You're going to be good, bro. I understand your value. I understand what you have to bring to the table. I want you around. You know what I'm saying? We're going to make bread together, And then, so that night, nothing came through. He said either tonight or tomorrow, one of my guests will check out and you can come in. I'm sitting in the park, cold, chilling at night, and I'm like, I'm not sure this dude's gonna call me back. I'm not sure, I said maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. And I texted Amanette and I said I didn't want to bring stress to her. Like he told me I don't want to bring, and I'm thinking I don't want to bug Polight. He already knows like that. So I texted him and said, yo, it's kind of getting chilly here. I just said it's kind of getting chilly out here. That's all I texted Polight. I ended up getting an Airbnb in a tent that night. Yeah, it was the only one so I got Airbnb in a tent for like $25 a night. And then I wake up like, damn, at least I didn't stress Polight out. I called Polight like, yo, can I still get that room? He's just like, nah, I don't know about you anymore, G. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable putting money in you. I'm like, wait, what? Wait, it's like, I'm like, he's like, nah, I don't know about you no more, G. And I'm like,
I don't know. I don't know about you now, G. You acting funny, G.
That's fucked up.
I don't know if I want to spend no money on you, G. Damn, Polight did him like that.
That's some low down dirty shit.
Bro? He's gonna forget that room. He's just like, nah, I don't know about you anymore, G.
Damn.
I don't feel comfortable putting money in you. I'm like, wait, what? wait, it's like, I'm like, he's like, nah, I don't know about you no more, G. And I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? You tripping, bro? He's like, what do you mean I'm tripping? And I'm like, bro, he's like, and I'm like, you tripping, Polight? Like, calm down. He's like, I ain't tripping. Why you acting disrespectful? You acting disrespectful, like, through texts. And then he calls me, starts going off, yelling at me about how I texted on my net and I didn't call him. And he's like, I have my daughter, my older daughter. I called her to say, ask her if you could stay at her place. You should have just called me. And there was the guest checked out an hour after because I told Polight, yo, can you bring my.
At the end of the day, what the brother Crypto Roots did, it won't go in vain, man. We got to get this video out. This is part 2, Surviving Polight. He got all the receipts, and this brother actually passed away. He actually died a couple months ago. Rest in peace to him. Trying to get justice, trying to get what he invested, at least the money he got stolen from him from Polight. And Polight simply ran to the point where it stressed this guy to death.
Luggage, bro. So Polight brought my luggage and just didn't even look at me in the eye, really. Just brought my luggage and dropped it off and went back to his hotel. And I saw him there, like, I'm gonna get an Airbnb, Polight. And then the next morning he's flipping out on me on the phone because I said he's tripping. I'm calling him disrespectful, and he's like, damn near, I'm like, I'm in fear of this dude, like, you know what I'm saying? On the phone. And I just have to shut up and say, yes, Polight. Yes, Polight, I was wrong. Yes, Polight, I was wrong. I apologize. Yes, Polight, I was wrong. And he brought up the fact that I didn't go and play basketball. He brought up the fact that I didn't go and play basketball after that dude confronted me. And he said, he's like, my dad would have beat my ass. My father would have beat my ass if he saw me ever walk away from like a fight like that. If he ever saw me walk away like a bitch like that, you know, you should have went back on the court. You should have got in his face. You should have talked shit. You should have been on his ass. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, like, it wasn't even worth it. Like, it's not. It's like
that ain't even dude energy. Polight know that ain't dude energy.
You have a real man in your life. You probably never had a father in your life. You don't know what it is to have children.
Polight knows that's not that guy energy to be fighting and arguing.
And he see that man is sick.
Like, come on.
And he see that man is sick.
You're just a single man. And you don't really know what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, all right, G, like, my bad. You know, and I even texted him. I joked around like 2 days later, like, yo, I'm gonna take some boxing lessons with you. Like, I'm not gonna let that shit happen, man. I apologize. Next time, I'm just gonna, like, you know, fight somebody. You know, just to, like, try to, like, you know, whatever, make the situation feel better. So the crypto course, by the way. So now I was on the tangent. Now, never hits me up. So I freak out about everything, and I say, Polight, I gotta end with you. Everything we doing is done. No more. And then so I bought Bitcoin. I bought Bitcoin, and I say that as my reserve. So even though I always had something to fall back on. So even though my bank account was getting dry, I still had Bitcoin, but I ended up having to sell my Bitcoin in different complications with banks and Polight. And so at that point, I knew I still had enough Bitcoin to get out the country. So I texted Polight like, yo, I'm done with this. I'm selling.
You hear all that fireworks out there in this background because this brother had a backpack to Mexico. That's where he's living at now, and it's probably Cinco de Mayo or something.
I'm selling my Bitcoin. I'm taking the rest of it, and I'm leaving. So I didn't know where at the time, and then the last minute I decided Mexico because of the conversion rates, and I can get by farther off of my bread. So, and then I still have, obviously crypto to, So now he's kind of, realized he's telling people I'm broke and I'm desperate. I'm trying to get after him. I don't know, but it's like, why do crypto courses with someone about finances and currency that doesn't know how to generate their own? Like, why would you do that? Like, you see my YouTube videos I've done. I know how to generate my own money, especially from cryptocurrency. So that's education. That's, I'm getting by and I'm working it, and it's going, there's a bull market, my trades. I'm doing consulting. I'm selling courses. I'm doing mentorships. You know what I'm saying? I'm a hustler. I don't just give up. And I always figure out a way to make my own bread. I'll never go work another job in my life. Like, never. And that's why Polight respect.
I believe the bro Crypto Roots had just hit 39 years old, 35, 39 years old. He was a young fella when he passed away a couple months ago. Rest in peace to him.
And grind it from an education for my own, and then get my own bread. And it, you know what I'm saying? So So that's how everything happened as far as how I'm getting by right now, and still making it happen. So I'm in Mexico, and I'm bitching at Polight about my money. Polight's not really talking to me, sort of like, but he's not ignoring my calls. He's kind of responding, choosing to respond, and he's like, "Yo, can you still do the crypto course?" I've never let my fans down. I never let my audience down. I never not delivered on what my audience, you know what I'm saying? And somehow I did live stream, and then people were like, listening to me, like, you know what, Polight, like, let's do the crypto course, man. Like, it's my brand, it's mine too. I'm so passionate about teaching people, And he's like, cool, G, like, yeah. I'm like, let's do the crypto course, Polight. I'm ready whenever you are.
Mm-hmm.
It's already been like a month and a half since he announced it. And how much time we got? Okay. It's already been a month and a half since announced it. It's about 2 months later. I already told him I'm ready to do the course. Still doesn't ever hit me up. Still doesn't hit me up. I get angry that I need money, Polight. Like, cash at me. I need reciprocity. I gave you all that bread. I sent that everything, bro. Hit me back with something, bro. Come on. Especially since we're doing the course together. Especially since you show me the cells, bro. Like, hit me with something. And he kind of like ignored my calls for a while. And then so I ended up in some beach in Mexico, and that's where I met my current girl. And then he ends up, I get a random text, and and then I get my girl, and then I'm thinking, wow, now I got a woman, now I'm broke, or I have not the money I had, and so I'm extra just vivid angry with Polight. Give me my motherfucking money, especially now that I got a fucking woman I love in my life. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then I started threatening to go legal on Polight. I really was like, this guy fucking scammed me because of what other people are telling me. And so Polight's like arguing with me through text, and then he calls me, and I lost it. It's the first time I ever got it, and I was just like, you motherfucker, where the fuck is my money? Goddamn, you fucking lady. And I just like, and he's screaming at me. We're screaming at each other on the phone. And then he's like, and it just hangs up. He just hangs up. And I'm just like, fucking angry. He calls me back, and I realize, and just kind of calm down.
Come on with that noise.
Aloha. He was just like, called him off guard. He was like, aloha, brother. I'm offering you, regardless of what you say, regardless of the names you call me, and you want to threaten to take me away from my family, I'm offering you an opportunity to do this crypto course. I'm offering you an opportunity to make some bread to hold you down. I know you're struggling right now, and you know what I'm saying? So you do the course, you're going to make some money with me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, God.
Push all this aside, da-da-da. I'm like, yo, bro, like, I break down. You said I'm going to get my money, da-da-da, bro. I'm like, am I going to get my money? He's like, yes, you'll get your money. I would never take another man's father's life insurance from him. I'm not like that. And then he starts like,
you did that though.
Breaking down like Heru and Isis and Set, and breaking down like, some heavy knowledge,
Shit that means nothing.
Okay,
he said heavy knowledge because he looked up like was doing a lot of filler philosophize bullshit.
He calms me down. I'm gonna get my bread back.
Just like he did that lady the other day when I showed you when he sent her the letter. Said, so what if I was the literal devil? Take what you can and make use out of it. Some see the glass half empty, some see the glass half full. Some don't see the glass at all. That's just a bunch of filler philosophize bullshit.
My bread back. He's breaking down the knowledge. We're going to do the crypto course together. He's guaranteeing me sales, and you know what I'm saying? So I calmed down. And I was like, I don't want to go after you legally. I don't even want to fight you, dude. Like, and also he's always like, he said,
this is really
you
sad.
You want to try to
really
take me away
sad.
from my family? Talk to my attorney. And I'm like, and I already know Polight is legally prepared. Like, not only did he beat 2 murder cases himself by him, like, you know what I'm saying?
No, you don't know that.
Polight beat 2 murder cases
Polight
himself.
ain't beat shit.
Y'all, come on. See,
exactly.
They sold this man a story. Rest in peace, Crypto Roots. Bro, Polight is not a gangster. He's not a murderer.
Hello.
He got no charges of no such except for scamming, petty theft. He's not a murderer.
He's got attorneys and a lawyer, and I'm like, man, he's probably attorney Shabazz. I don't know what he's done to people who's tried to go against him legally. And I'm thinking, damn, I want to do that to myself, like, to him, like to myself, like I did nothing wrong. I just want my bread back. So he's telling me I got a contingency plan. I got a contingency plan for anyone I do business with. So he's saying I got a plan to go against you if you ever try to go against me, even though he scammed me. And I'm thinking, damn,
This
like this dude is,
motherfucker.
so I was like, I don't want to go after him legally because I just don't have that stronghold. And Polight's a smart dude, and he's gonna know how to cover his tracks, and he never touches the money.
Exactly.
And he told me about that. He's like, I don't.
He
I
done
don't
touched the
He's
money.
break down the metaphysics behind that, you know.
You don't have
And
to.
so he's
Like
not
Nation
traceback
that
to him.
does it.
And so I'm like, it's gonna be hard to
Clubfoot
really
don't
kinda
touch the money
go after
either.
him legally. I can't afford an attorney to go against him. So I'm like, yo, I don't want to go after you legally. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to, tell people the truth on YouTube about why the course isn't, happening.
Should have took his
And
ass to
he's
legal
like,
court.
Da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? If you ever do that, no one's gonna believe you, and you're just gonna ruin your brand. No one's ever gonna believe you, and you're just gonna ruin your brand. So I'm like,
Good.
I can't go after him on YouTube.
That's
I
bullshit.
can't go after him legally. I can't flex on him because other people told me like they had to flex on Polight, like bustle, like, yo, I need my bread back. And Polight knows that I'm by my own. I don't come from a gang background. I don't carry guns with me.
You ain't gotta
Like,
have
I'm
a
not
gang
about that
background
lifestyle.
and know how to fight.
I never pretend to be a gangster.
Shoot, you better know
And
how to
so
fight.
He
Shit.
knows he has nothing to worry about as far as me trying to flex on him. So he already knows he's good. He's good. And the only option I have left at this point is to shut up and just agree and go along with him in order to possibly get my money back. So
You knew you ain't getting
he
your money
ends
back.
up
Poor baby.
he's like, yo, I was like, I really need some bread now. He's like, all right, so out of all the about $110,000 or something like that, I get $800 back. Not $800 back. It was never from him. It was from the people that paid for the crypto course. He sent me their information. I had to call and bug them or ask them for the money for the crypto course. And they're like, all right, well, what's the details on the course? What's the details? I'm like, yo, Polight, they're asking me about when the course going to be. They're asking me. He's like, all right, tell them this, tell them this, tell them this. So I tell them that. They send me the money. I'm like, all right, cool. I got a little money. I can move around. I can, handle little things. And thinking like, we're about to do this course. It's right around the corner. I've been ready for the last 3 months. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm ready to go. Polight's going to hit me up any day. We're going to do the live stream. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't hit me up. And randomly sends me different invoices to process. And so that's how that happened. So I ended up, he only sent me 8 invoices. And I got about like $800. So then he calms me down, and then we ended up doing that live stream where I did the MetaMask things. So we're on that video, we're kind of on good terms. But on the video, he lied on the video, and I didn't say nothing. He said, why is the crypto course taking so long? Why is it taking so long? People are wondering, why is it taking so long? It's because me and my other mentee, we've been going back and forth thinking of what's the best way to go about bringing you the most powerful information. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I'm thinking back, man, no, he's not. Like, Polight never has applied the information I told him. Never has he opened up the Bitcoin wallet or bought Bitcoin, or at least showed me, or, you know what I'm saying? I'm willing to show Polight. I'm willing to go extra mile and teach him personally. He didn't apply nothing. And then told everyone that we were going back and forth trying to discuss the best thing to happen when he never called me, and I'm just sitting there waiting on Polight to hit me up to do the course. Right? So people started following me right after that. Oh, you seem cool. You seem like a cool dude, da 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 da. And whatever, people's really into the crypto course. And ends up happening, the course just keeps being prolonged. And 2 weeks, he's telling me 2 weeks, telling everybody 2 weeks. It keeps pushing it back. 2 weeks, how long we are? Yo, how long we are?
32.
All right. 2 weeks. And then a few people are like, yo, I want my money back. It's not happening. And I'm like, yo, like, I don't know. Polight keeps telling me 2 weeks. Keep 2 weeks.
Should have did it yourself.
Exhausted. I didn't even think this shit would happen.
You should have did it yourself.
And then he officially like let out some dates and sent some emails and something. And we ended up doing the most basic, boring. And then I told him like, yo, I got a new computer. I'm in a new country.
See, I want y'all to pay attention to the part where he said earlier in the video that that he didn't know that the lady he was with and the lady who was the realtor was Polight's daughter, and the relationship that he had with his daughter was quite strange. Some even speculate that he even was sleeping with his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So that I just want y'all to keep that in mind. We'll get into the next video too.
Country, if the Wi-Fi is different, and he's like, he told me he was going to walk me through the whole process, and he said, I was like, yo, I need time to get set up. I need you know, he threw me on live stream right away. Like, I've never been like, you know what I'm saying, thousands of people, like my lady, she's like, for real, like, I'm like freaking out, like, oh my God, like, how do I log in? How do I do this? And then he's like, yo, excuse my mentee, he's new at this, and yeah, you'll figure it out eventually. I'm like, yo, you're throwing me on the spot live, bro, like, and I like having to figure all this out, and I pulled it off, man. I pulled it off, you know, and then for the crypto course, the technical difficulties didn't come out so well, and so I'm having to kind of, it was just sloppy, bro, and it was taking forever. I couldn't explain anything I really wanted to get into. I had to go at Polight's pace. We only shot the first part of the course.
So long story short, Polight ended up scamming him and not giving that brother no money. I think he ended up giving him $500 off of the whole thing. You know what I mean? I want to get into this next little video. I'm not going to play all of it because this is going to be part of the part 3. But I am going to play about 20 to 30 minutes of this next video.
We got
we saw that.
Good moths and we got bad moths.
We saw that already. On my other page, we saw that already. But I will bring that whole entire interview here later. I will bring that whole entire interview to you guys later. But I'm telling you guys, this is the age of Aquarius. Y'all better keep your eyes open and your hand on your money. And if you want to follow somebody, look at the mirror or look at your shadow. It's just me and my shadow. You better be just you and your shadow. That's the only person you should be following. Hey, living in my truth. I'm ready to cut this one off. In about 15, 20 minutes, I'm going to start the next one on this one. This one right here, I got to digest. Because the man, Polight scammed the man to the point that he passed away. So whoever didn't see this one could catch us on the replay. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And then I'll switch this over to the other side. But I got one more video. Let me digest on this side. And I see you guys a little bit later. Peace.